I mean, we're live.
Yeah.
I know.
Hello, everyone.
We're alive and live.
Oh my
We're
god.
both living
Are we
and
though?
alive.
Are we awake?
Are we though? Are we though?
I mean, I am.
Oh shit. Okay.
Cool.
I don't know about
I'm
you
as
guys.
alive as
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. I'm put it that way.
I mean, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. How are we all doing? Everyone good? Everyone good? Good?
Yeah. I mean,
Good.
why wouldn't we good? We're about to play some awesome D&D. We're about to, crack some jokes for a good couple of hours. We're gonna, have chat. Make fun of us.
Oh.
It's great. It's all great.
That's what I live for, you know?
So good. Wow. I'm just trying to make sure I can see everything of the everything, because
Everything
now
of
I
the.
got a
Can you see
microphone.
everything?
I
lot
got a
of
microphone
things
in
to
my
Oh,
blocking
God.
part of one of my
God.
monitors now.
I don't want
This
to
is what I
talk about
do for
Okay,
you,
here we go.
viewers.
Yeah,
Wow.
viewers. This is what
All of
we
you-
do for you.
Yeah, how dare you want to hear Josie sounding nice?
How dare you
don't.
How dare you
Audacity.
be here? Everyone go home. The stream is canceled.
I can show you all what I did earlier for everyone.
Do it. Oh no! Don't do it! No, don't do it!
Only regret. Only regret.
Okay,
The
bye.
way I forgot what you had done, and I was like, "Yeah, show us."
You made a mistake.
I want to go home.
I was
I
also
hate it
bullied about putting things.
Yeah, we bullied Orban to wearing pants tonight.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed by that.
Why?
Every time.
You were the one who was
Hey.
afraid to stand up on screen, so
Yeah.
it needed
No,
to happen.
I was happy to stand up. I was doing
Oh?
an modesty of you guys, and
Oh.
that's why I was gonna go to black, go to a need and come back. But you guys are like no.
Yeah, because you
problem-
gotta keep the green.
Handsome.
Yeah, it doesn't really work when we're live. It works behind
And now I've got to get my long pants, and I'm like,
Don't
put them
show
on my
your
knees.
don't stop bringing
Kneecaps!
your legs up on the
Scandalous! Kneecaps!
We can't take this guy anywhere, Chad.
Natural 30s after
He's-
dark.
He's a
Kneecaps.
problem.
I mean, you want to see a bit of an elbow? Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh. You
It's
can't
okay, my
just show
channel's
elbows
vlogging.
on
I
screen.
showed my weenus.
Oh my god. Oh dear, is it
There you go.
so yet?
If any of you wanted to see Weenus tonight, now you have.
Mark that off your bingo
I know
card.
you did.
Everyone just stamps orb shows Weenus. It's a center square.
Just a
Important square.
free space.
I don't like this.
You started this.
Yeah, whose fault is this?
Not me.
Look, I asked permission, and you all gave it. Now you may not have been aware of what you agreed to, but you still agreed.
No, it's fair. I definitely was very enthused. That was an enthusiastic yes from me. I was excited to see what you had to offer, and then I was horrified. So it was like a roller coaster of emotions,
What a treat.
Don't die. Sorry.
What
If I mute myself, it's just because I'm coughing. I won't die. It's
Me
the
too.
tail end of a cold.
Yeah, there's a lot of sickness going around Australia at the moment. Like a ton.
You could say
Yeah.
we're all down with the sickness.
We are down under.
Uh-uh.
That's true.
I mean, it is currently 23 degrees where I am, and a lot of people are getting sick because that's a sudden temperature drop where we are. And
Temperature drop.
Hang on.
Drop.
Speaking of dropping, Be Real just dropped. Hang on, I'm gonna get a photo of all your cuties, and then
What?
Be Real dropped. The best social media. Don't tell me none. of
I'm
you.
just gonna.
Can we all
face it.
thumbs up it for you? Is that what we?
Please.
Yeah.
if you-
I've
Hang on,
never
hang on.
heard of this thing in my life.
Okay.
Josie's dead
Okay,
face.
do this.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. It takes a while.
Dang it.
All right, we did it. We did it. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yep, we did it. We did it. All right, there we go. I didn't get Chad in that one. Sorry, Chad.
Oh, we have a question, and we have 5 minutes to answer it. Gaming Golfer said, question for all the Nat 30s. When someone says "wake me up," do you initially go with oh god, when September ends, or "wake me up inside"?
Wake me up inside.
Wake me inside.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up inside when September ends.
I will sometimes, depending on the mood, go wake me up before you go, but that's
Wake me up.
very
You gotta be in a
rare.
you gotta be in a
Go,
specific
go.
Very
mood,
rare.
too.
Yeah, that's
You got to be in like a really
usually
cool
wake
mood. Like
me up inside. You know, yeah.
Wake me up before you take me to church.
Yeah.
funny thing, like the 1st of October, Mrs. Orb always wakes me up with that song. Like she blasts it in my ears. She goes, "I told you I'll wake you up when September ends." She does it every year. It's a running joke with her.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. I love that,
That's pretty
and
good.
I
That's pretty good.
might have to steal that this year, but I'll probably forget. So that's the thing. I
Before you
admire her
forget.
commitment to the bit.
She does the bit well.
But were you a worm before you were a man, Cuddly? And can you
Well-
remember before you forget?
Oh.
The hard thing is that I am actually still a worm, but Zenzia does love me
Oh.
despite this. So,
That's cute. That's
Well,
cute.
because of this, maybe.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe he's just really into
That's-
worms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate those things.
You hate worms?
Wow.
No, I
She's
hate
wow.
right
those-
there.
I think this is not
I hate
a
those
for me right now.
questions.
You,
Because,
you know what, Orb? Worms hate you as well.
Wow.
The funny thing is, like Mrs. Orb
There's
said,
there's
excuse me,
actually
that-
one worm that doesn't hate you, Orb. It's Wormmon, because Wormmon only hates himself.
Laura's like, I need coffee to deal with you lot.
But see, I get this question
Very
from
fair.
Mrs.
He's
Orb.
like,
fair.
oh no, my human partner became an evil tyrant dictator. It's my fault. Somehow.
My boy, Wormmon. Love
But then he becomes Edgelord Stingmon.
I know,
He's
and he
super cool.
kicks ass. Yeah.
Oh god, is this
Yeah,
going
we just
devolving
get
into
Dutch
Digimon
notes,
again,
Dutch
please?
notes.
I was gonna ask, is this Digimon? I feel
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
we should just get
Wormmon.
F in chat for Wormmon.
F in
Just-
chat.
Yeah.
Wormmon.
No, Wormmon gets through, and then they become real friends.
But
And they
it's still
travel.
sad.
He's so cute.
They
How can
travel
he
the
hate
Digi
himself?
realm and
Poor guy.
undoing the harm they did.
He also
Oh, how
has
does
a
he
leading
He's
role.
also one half of Imperial Dramon.
What do you
Oh.
mean? Sorry, what do you mean one half?
Well, they introduced DNA
Don't
Digivolution
ask.
in
Don't
the
Yeah,
ask
so Stingmon and
It's
his
a mistake.
boyfriend XVmon. They
Please get to 7:30.
We've got
Well,
2 minutes of this,
they-
Rohan.
they
You better be paying
DNA
attention. I'm taking
digivolve-
notes. Yeah.
into Pyldramon, and
Mhm.
then Pyldramon can evolve into Imperial Dramon. And then
Is it bad
Imperial
that I
Dramon
voted
has
this?
like 3 different forms, I think.
Okay.
God,
Because there's like Pyldramon, like dragon version.
please
There
for the
is
love
on,
of
give me
God, this
the-
timer has never moved so slowly.
There's like the humanoid version. There's like Paladin mode or
I
something.
just like how you say Pyldramon. Like that's very
Pyldramon.
yeah. I like that. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
throwing
fighter
out-
mode and Paladin mode. see?
Speaking of
Yeah,
Imperial
yeah, show
Dramon,
us, show
Uh-huh.
us, show us, show us, show us.
this is what I got to build at some point.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
it's all
no,
green.
disappeared
It's green.
Green, no!
Wow, a big fat nothing.
Hold it on your
Oh.
chest. Hold on your chest, maybe.
Yeah, no.
There.
That's cool.
So cool.
Ah.
That's so cool.
It's Imperial Dramon!
It's Imperial Dramon!
Howdy.
We got 1 minute, last 10. We got 1 minute, and
Now
Roju
less than
can't
1
wait
minute.
for
You
it.
gotta remember how clocks work.
God,
You gotta
I am
remember how clocks
unceremoniously going to move you to the intro
work.
video.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the time.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
waiting
Yeah,
for
just
the
gonna
time.
cut. We're just gonna
Actually,
cut.
I think.
So anyway,
Come
how
back.
we look real close. I think. Roju,
Yo,
roll the clip.
it's not 7:30 yet. No, we can't.
No, we're not allowed
Not
to.
allowed.
I'm doing it like
Obligated.
early. I was trying to like. Now it's 7:30.
He's still here. He's still here.
Buy your goods from your favorite fae. Serena Lasang is but one blood drop away. Seen on the back of the business card of the one and only Night Merchant.
Night Merchant.
Last week, on the Quintessence, the Sammantis Chronicle, the group found out they were being followed by someone, and when Tinker went to confront, it turned out to be Ulir, who immediately caught Tinker mid-jump, not having called out the agreed-upon catchphrase. Some really terrible dice rolls later, and Ulir stomped off, swearing they would that the party would never be able to do business with Ulir ever again. And in a last-ditch effort to do something about it, Trish reached out with a telepathic message. Ulir reacted poorly. Started screaming for the guards, screaming about heresy and blasphemous Gavanite sorcery. And as the party tried to get away, to hide away from the guards stomping by, they heard a different sound. The sound of heavy sewer grates opening, and the curiosity got the better of Tinker Slobbersnout, who saw a strange cloaked figure almost effortlessly opening sealed sewer grates and dropping something in before moving on. Tinker ran up to investigate, tied a rope around his waist, handed the other end to Forrest, and proceeded to jump down into the manhole. There he found a strange, peculiar piece of metal, familiar to something he had seen earlier the same day, before he then realized a swollen and gorged Tenderleech was coming right for him, and Forrest yanked him out of there before they realized that Tenderleeches were now appearing, ascending from inside the sewers of the old city. The party took it upon themselves to deal with these creatures. Mirel chose a diplomatic route and simply scolded one of these Tenderleeches to go back into the sewer.
I can't believe that worked.
Whereas the others had to deal with what can only be described as giant sewage-filled bobas. And after leaving, covered in sewage, they came upon a guard. He was taking statements about the sudden event within the Rusted Commons. A lion man, if you will, with a large mane that connects to a full beard on his face. He offered them some coin as thanks, saying he couldn't pay them full price, as they didn't have any physical evidence of their deeds, and only the stink and sewage to show their participation. However, message then reached his ear that the group were very much similar to what had been described by an eyewitness as suspicious use of magic. And we come to, as this lion figure looks down at all of you, holding now a notepad and a piece of what looks like charcoal, a pen of sorts, and just eyes all of you, not with prejudice, but with some degree of suspicion. Now, all of you, I am afraid I'm going to have to ask all of you to come with me to the station for statements.
Do you have a shower there?
Yes, but it is for employees only.
Oh no, I've got to go for a shower first. Can you not smell us?
I can.
I need to get you clean.
Unfortunately, you are an individual of interest in an ongoing investigation.
Oh, so we're not going down to the station because of the information I just gave you.
That too, actually. To give a full statement, but also so I can ask you some questions away from curious ears. And he's just looking at the crowd that slowly started moving in your direction. Someone definitely picked up on what was being said, and there's a few curious glances being thrown your way.
I'll
Lead
make you a
on.
deal. I'll come with you if I can use.
Trish, we should go.
I need a shower.
Trish, we should go.
Ma'am, are you saying that you're not coming with? Are you demanding the use of our staff showers?
Trish looks at Tinker. What look is Tinker giving back?
A look of, if you don't listen to him, he will bite you.
Morel will like reach out and then decide not to put a hand on Trish because she remembers, but then she'll go, Trish, we should probably go and give a statement. And maybe then at the end, and she kind of looks at the Lion Man, if you are very insistent.
If everything turns out fine, I am sure I could let you wash up.
Awesome. All right, I will go then. Let's go. This way. And Trish has started walking.
She's so focused. I love it.
You can see like definitely like his brow and his ears sort of just like lowers a bit. Please, this way. And he starts leading you along the main thoroughfare that you found yourself on that divides the rusted commons from Steel Town. And I'm just gonna move you all to the map for reference. And he just leads you closer to a large walled-off section of the city. You can see there's a large open gate. It seems to be equipped with a portcullis, but it's open. There's several guards walking in and out, and through this open gate you can see what looks like practice fields and companies, full groups of guards in the middle of training, discussions. And there's almost like a box of some kind next to this entrance where there's a few guards stationed. But he leads you to a building nearby. It's a small, almost like a ground floor apartment-like structure. And you can definitely see there's residentials on top. But it does have a sign with the emblem of the bulwark, the shield with the anvil and hammer. And he opens the door, and you see there's almost just like a staff room. It looks very homey. It looks very like a small cafeteria seating area. And there's two individuals in there. They see all of you enter. Lion Man shoots them a glance. They stand up, pack up their food, and exits. And you see there's not like comfortable seats. It definitely looks like harder metal and wood chairs and tables. And he sort of just rubs his eye, gestures. Please have a seat anywhere within earshot.
Is there anywhere forest-sized to sit?
There is, yeah, and they definitely looks like you could, maybe not comfortably, but you feel like the structural integrity of these benches and chairs are enough for you.
Cool. Yeah, Morel will also grab a seat.
So,
Tinker will make sure to sit next to Trish.
Okay.
So, what are we doing here?
Well, first things first, and he sort of like puts a hand through his mane, sort of like scruffs its back a little bit, and says, "My name is Captain Harold Manson of the Bulwark, and well, first off, I would like your statements about the event that happened, and then I will have to ask you a few questions regarding this claim that your group practices unlicensed magic. So, would anyone like to tell me what happened with the situation?
The individual opening the sewer grates.
Yes, that's the one. Could you give me a more thorough description? You mentioned a limp of some kind and rags.
Yes, covered in rags. They limped. They were quite large, but then again, everyone's a little large to me. Forrest, you saw them. What do you remember?
Oh, yes. And he's kind of just going to, like, use his arms to, like, give general dimensions of this person as best he can.
I see. And you see, like, he's definitely listening and taking notes and writing all of this down. Would you say you saw anything unique, identifying features, any colors,
Did we?
smells?
It was a week ago.
It was mostly the limp, I think,
Yeah,
from
the
what
limp
Josie was
the main
describing.
thing.
Covered in
The-
rags, limp, and
My
yeah.
personal memory is that they were very oddly shaped and like there was more than just necessarily perhaps a person. I'm not sure if I got the impression, me the player, I got the impression that there's like maybe there was some kind of what's the word? Some kind of like either chimera or some kind of like half mechanical type situation.
Okay.
Like they weren't fully just one person. It felt like it, like maybe
Definitely could have been.
bits of them were just like mechanical or they could have been entirely mechanical and just made out of like random shit. But like they came off as like odd, not like a regular being. It was my impression. I don't remember if you described their face or I think they might have been just wearing a
there
deep
was no
hood or
face.
something.
There was no face visible, but I did describe them having a limp, but someone who's used to having a limp.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
the gait
That's
was
the way they've
skewed,
been
but the
moving
pace
for a
wasn't the
long
same.
time.
I
Yeah.
also did describe the shoulders being definitely uneven. Like one
Yeah.
shoulder seems larger and almost like protruding more than the other.
Is there any form of check Tinker could make to try and recall as much detail as he could to like just sort of bring the memory back forth?
Not really, because you still didn't get a great look at this individual. It was through Steam. It was a distance away.
Well, Tinker definitely, because we saw him lift open the sewer grates. Would Tinker would have seen his hand at least?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Cuddly.
It's cuddly.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
There we go.
That's awkward.
That's very unfortunate. Hold on, I'll do the thingy.
Do the
Do the
thing.
thingy.
And just as last week, people, we will just take a moment to wait for word from the Cuddly Raptor to see how we will proceed.
So,
Oh my god, there's so many of me.
Everyone's going to be in absolutely the wrong places now, but that's all right.
That's all right. These things happen. Okay, Cuddly is typing. We're waiting.
oh, waiting.
Bated breath.
Oh, it's just a sorry. Cuddly, really hard.
I'm so sorry.
Need some real info.
Yeah. Wow.
I get a feeling it might be net.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's
Just
dropped.
net. Okay.
almost certainly.
yeah.
Well. Okay. I will continue on. Cuddly estimates to be back soon.
Cool.
I'll just quickly do a
Yeah.
do
Hot swap.
quick and nasty
Where are
camera,
you?
camera move.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
I will say with that, Tinker Yes, I will say you can definitely make just an intelligence check. Just
Sweet.
straight up intelligence, trying to recall if you spotted any details.
And I'm pretty sure it was a wisdom wound that Tinker had. That was
Correct.
Yeah, cool.
Correct.
Excellent. Well, that's not a great start to the night. We will take a 7.
A 7.
Nah.
Did you ever use your
It's been too long
Yeah.
to use the bardic inspiration.
We've been
It's-
walking for a bit.
It lasts for up to 10 minutes, and I do see that there has been a manual D6 added in last session, so I think that was it. No, you of course remember there being a limb pulling the sewer grate open, but you did not have a clear enough view to pick out any details. There was also that heavy, ragged cloak that almost looked like it was just stitched together random pieces of fabric. Ah, there we go.
Oh, she's back.
She's back. Love that.
Mike?
Fix
Can't
it
hear you.
again. Yup, 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 yup.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Good. I actually
shit.
wasn't talking. I was just mouthing.
Oh,
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Cuddly.
And now Orb is sitting on Cuddly.
Yeah.
Well,
Why is Orb always sitting on people?
Loves to sit on people. He's moving with her.
oh my god.
Oh,
There
This
we
is
go.
fine.
Fixed.
Well,
Beautiful.
what have we been saying for the last 3.5 years? It's not a real stream without.
Technical difficulties.
Whack.
Well, okay, but yes. Tinker tried to remember if there was anything special about the hand or limb that pried open this sewer grate, but you can't seem to recall anything.
He's still reeling after, being chomped on and then rolled across the ground. dragged.
Yes, you're still feeling a little bit of vertigo, maybe a little dizzy, and he's writing down your statements. He's listening. If there's anything anyone wants to add into any of this,
You already told him about the medal, right?
Nope.
Did you not? I thought that
Nope.
wasn't.
I
didn't you
don't
show
think
him?
he wants to.
Oh, did he?
You know, you did.
Actually-
You rolled a
Oh,
dice.
I
You're
did. That's
50-50
right. Yeah,
there.
I
You
rolled
showed
the
him.
dice. Yeah, no, I
You
did.
did
Yeah,
show
so
the
Tinker
medal.
would explain the better medal. Yeah, he doesn't say that he's got a piece though. He says that he
okay,
does state
Saw.
that.
okay,
Yes, he
Yeah.
saw that.
He saw the piece. Yeah.
okay.
I really don't think that
Uh,
Morel saw the figure too clearly, so she probably doesn't have too much to add there.
No. It was only Tinker who got a really good look.
Yeah.
Oh, I will. I do remember actually the bit of the thing that Tinker here saw in the sewer.
Yes.
Looked. There was one that looked a lot like that in Ulia's trinkets.
You're saying whatever item this individual dropped into the sewer
It looked
resembles
a lot
something
like,
in Ulia's store?
That's right.
Yes,
it was like a
a
little
piece of metal, wasn't it? Like a
something like that. I don't know personally, but it looked very similar.
Okay, interesting.
Unfortunately, we
would
didn't
you-
get a good look until big slimy teeth thing started to.
It tried to eat
Understandable.
us.
Is there anything you could tell me about it so I would know what to look for if I went to Ulia's store?
I don't personally remember what it looked like,
I
other than a
think it
chunk
was
of
like
metal.
no, it was sort of like
I remember it was like a chunk of metal, and it kind of had a bit of wavily.
yeah,
pattern
like
on
the
it, right?
waving pattern in it. It reminded me of like whatever metal Jalira's sword was made out of, but I don't. think
Kind
that
of like
was
a liquid
correct.
effect without it being liquid.
Yeah, the liquidy. Yeah.
Was that right? I don't remember.
No, I feel like it was a liquidy effect. Maybe we're very wrong.
Maybe.
Could be.
Mm.
You know,
Maybe.
just look in your pocket and
if
have
no
a
one
bit
is-
of a...
Yeah,
Yeah.
if only Tinker
Yeah.
could just really nonchalantly look in his pockets right
I mean,
now.
you could roll a sleight of hand.
do it.
Oh, fuck it, let's go.
Uh-oh.
And And we get rewarded!
We love
Oh
reward.
shit!
21.
18. For a total of a 21, you quickly like look over like at your pocket or like look at it real quick.
It looks like.
Yes, it has that, like, it has a very, almost like a satisfyingly even, polished surface to it. But visually, it has that liquid effect of a drop of oil in water, which creates almost like a prismatic rainbowy effect
That's
that's
right.
constantly moving.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's like as we're about to move on, Tinker goes, "Oh, wait! Actually, now that I really focus, sorry, I must have taken a blow to the head earlier. Yes," and he
you
describes it
did.
in perfect detail. Perfect detail.
Yeah, you got like a huge bump starting to form on your head.
So convincing. Yeah.
If no one's mentioned it, because I did drop out, Mirel will just add that the person seems to be doing more than one grate because they heard the noise several times, but she'll just add that in.
Yeah, and the Captain Harald takes a note. Okay, I see several grates. Did you, by any chance, look at any of the other sewer entrances? Was this metal present in all of them? I understand if you didn't.
We did look
quite
in
a-
one.
We did, but we did not see it in the other, so we're
Maybe
not
the
sure.
thing ate it.
I mean, I don't know, really. Who am I to...
It seemed like it was eating everything.
And then that everything was expelled onto us when we, helped save people in the city.
Oh, that's right.
And Morel's probably on that side. She just like cringes away from.
You can definitely see like this large feline nose on this man's face, like wrinkles. Yes. Very well. Well, I thank you so much for your cooperation. Unfortunately, we now have to move on to other matters. A report came through quite recently. There was a description of several figures who may be using unlicensed magic within the city, and the description is very clearly all of you. It's hard to get wrong, I suppose.
We do
It just
stand
looks
out.
at all of you. You do. And not meant in any derogatory way, but you're
Of course
quite
not.
noticeable. Yes.
Morel just
Absolutely,
That's
no
what
one
that
would
means.
single out people that look differently and make up stories about us. No.
Anyway. So there was
Tinker's already trying to deflect.
so I would simply like to ask all of you, and this is, let me just put it this way. I'm very good at picking out when people are lying to me. It's part of my job. And let's just say that being able to cast magic is not a criminal offense. Using it without the proper paperwork, however, without the proper credentials, is a punishable offense. That
All right.
pun was not intentional. Cuddly, you did this to yourself.
Okay.
Give me just a second.
This man's lying.
I was like, oh,
Oh,
it's
now look what
such a
you've
lie.
done, Cuddly. Joe's
I know. I'm sorry. No, come back, Joseph. I'm sorry.
So he sort of puts down the notepad a little bit. Still holding it, still looks like he's ready to type something, but his focus is now set on like all of you. Like instead of listening, he's now intently watching you all.
Mirel will speak up and go, what was the story? What was the
complaint.
what kind of magic? What was the magic?
Well, according to the statement, it was a case of a telepathic message.
Can we ask who made the statement?
No.
Well, I did not see anyone use
And you would say that you can confidently tell if someone is using magic?
What's telepathic?
I think it is my mind to your mind.
He looks at Forrest and very quickly like, okay, not that guy. This is like, no.
And Morel just kind of turns back to me and goes, "Is magic not?" And she kind of does like some hand gestures. Is that not? Don't you need a?
And he looks at you and he like squints. Magic does sometimes indeed require the use of gestures. Not always, but it is one of the most common ways to cast a spell. So I'll just ask if any of you are, first off, are any of you capable of practicing magic? I suppose is the first question. And this again, please. Being able to use magic is not the issue. The issue is using it wrong.
Oh, well,
I just want to make that clear.
I can use magic, yeah, definitely. That's I'm a bard, and as you know, I inspire people through, stuff like that before. But
Not all bards use magic, but you're saying you are capable?
Yes, I am capable of using magic.
All right.
That's amazing. How do you do that?
Oh, well, look, I don't have the licenses to show you what I can do.
Oh,
because I wouldn't go against the city.
I would love to see it one
That's
day.
a good answer.
Yes,
And-
I can also. I know a couple of. Oof. My friend is a bard. Not this friend, other.
You know other bards?
Just one.
Okay.
and what I do might seem like magic, but it is actually constructions that I've made. Look, and he's kind of like, with a flick of his wrist, his joy buzzers are back in his hands, and he kind of like taps them together, and sparks fly out, and then he like, he sort of flicks them away, and then to get like out of a pocket of his bag, it produces a jar, and he goes to throw it, and then at the wall, and kind of stops and goes, "Well, you get the idea."
And Morel's like, once you decide not to
he
throw
looks
it.
at you at first like someone who's considering like how to approach a situation. He's like really thinking.
He flashes that grin, and a little drop of spit hits the table and starts to sizzle.
Oh,
And
no.
he looks at it and
then he's still holding the jar and looks at it again and puts it away in the bag.
yes, I'm quite aware of the scientific method of recreating magical effects. Considering where we are, it's quite common here. Okay, well, I'm going to have to ask you, if you wouldn't mind, and this is under supervision of a captain of the Bulwark, I would ask the two of you, gesturing to Trish and Mirel, to show me some of your magic.
Okay. So Trish is going. Well, I'm gonna just present you a cure wounds sort of spell. Okay. Is there anyone or anything you'd like
Do
to
you have
with?
anything? Do you have anything minor?
Not to me. No. That's why I'm asking. Maybe I could show
Tinker
you.
moves his head with the bump closer to Trish.
And as Trish is gonna, put hands on your head and sort of, say something like, "You will be okay," and
Just head pats.
hopefully, I was thinking head pats, but I thought that was a bit much. And I hope there a little bit of a glow from her hands will present themselves.
And
you cure my heal.
Are you casting Cure Wounds?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then feel free to roll, because I think Tinker actually needs some healing.
He's presenting the bump.
Present your bump.
Yes.
So
Now we the
I'm rolling. You get +3 on that bad boy, 6.
Okay. Anyone who's looking at the captain can see that he definitely raises an eyebrow and takes a couple of notes. And then his eyes turn towards you, Mirel.
Mm. And she kind of holds up her hands and goes, "It does not always work, so I do not know if I can do it."
All right. And he starts leaning in closer when suddenly, wham! The door slams open, and you all see a figure someone who's trying to control their breathing but has very clearly been running or power walking. There's a little bit of sweat on the brow. You see this human looking figure, a nondescript individual, no real features, but the clothes are incredibly clean and ornate, covered in these brass and silver adornments and accessories. You can see several earrings. There's a nose ring, on the side. Has a few piercings around the mouth, several rings and bracelets, and a clunky necklace that has almost just a large nut and bolt hanging from it. And wears these not significant, but some platform to them, beautiful brass colored and red leather boots, steps in and just,
Hello,
Captain Harold Manson. I will unfortunately need to talk to these individuals privately.
Why does everyone want to talk to us? What have we done?
Who are you?
Well, okay, I will be very honest. You can all leave.
Oh, all right.
Except for Trish. Trish, stay exactly where you are. Everyone else, please exit.
Is Trish going?
And the captain looks over at this individual. You see almost shortcut platinum blonde hair that's not a single strand is out of place, even though they look definitely like they've been in a hurry. Just looks. Harold, I have the authority. This is within my purview. And Harold looks over and sighs, looks at the group of all of you.
Merle kind of shrugs and just
Trish
follows them out, I
know-
guess.
Does Trish know who this person is?
Trish, you can make a perception or insight check.
Go on perception.
Oh, it was almost a 19. Oh, I saw that.
You have absolutely no clue. You've never seen this individual in your life.
Who is this lady? ...
Okay, good question. Harold stands up, gestures for all of you to sit for a moment, walks up, steps closer to the door. Yeah, and they whisper, and you can definitely all see that this person who's walked in shows a piece of metal, a flat stamped piece of metal.
Oh.
And Harold's shoulders just drop and he exits. And this individual, she just gestures towards the door and starts tapping her foot. Come, everyone out.
Yeah, Morel will just go out and just kind of give like a thumbs up to Trish.
You just see Trish just like,
Trish is not in any danger.
All right.
All right.
We will wait for you.
Bye, Trish. Nice meeting
Just
you.
need to ask I just need to ask your friend a few questions regarding some other matters.
Okay, and they will just
And,
I don't think you want to go.
I
and
think you should.
this figure looks at you, Trinker, with just a split second of disgust. And then, please, I'll leave.
Come on, Tinker. I think it might be best.
Oh, but I'm happy right here. I just got comfortable.
I know, Tinker, but
I will have the guard escort you out.
you don't like
It's
uppies.
okay.
You don't like
I'll go. It's
uppies.
okay. It's fine. It's all right. I'm going.
That-
Get the guard involved with this. It's just me. I'm just tiny little.
Yes.
And Tinker grumbles as he walks towards the door.
Trish goes,
And
"I'm
as
sorry."
you're
Yeah.
and as you're passing by, this individual whispers to you, Tinker, that maybe you should grow taller.
Oh,
And then
no.
closes the door behind you. And you all see almost immediately, like, the blinds go down and they're, like, folded, so the view is blocked. Like, all of the windows leading into that room are just completely blacked off.
Oh, Tinker, are we listening in? Are we gonna try and
Well, the first thing Tinker does
I
he
was gonna
activates-
say, anyone who wants to attempt to eavesdrop, make a DC 14 perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
I ain't dropping no weaves.
We are dropping the eaves.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh nope, absolutely not. Realizes the mask does not like fit against the door and just gives up.
Tinker is there.
Tinker is there.
Is Forrest gonna try to eavesdrop?
I don't think he thinks that he needs
Oh shit! Really?
Well,
Hmm.
what happens for you on the outside? You see this captain just like shrugs, and he walks over to this, what is very clearly like a park bench that's seated like a few meters away, and he sits, plumps down, and out of a pocket he takes a large thermos and he starts like pouring what looks like to be his lunch for the day.
It's lunch break.
Yeah, he's just like, might as well,
He's
you know.
Tinker, while eavesdropping, well, before he starts to eavesdrop, he activates the boots.
So he's
So
just
he-
bouncy.
Yeah, so he's taller.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
I will ask you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, I hope you fall.
I
He
kind of
just
hope to, but
rockets
I
through
kind
the
of hope
roof.
no.
I mean, I want you to know, but that would still be funny if you fall.
You can take that 20 and
No problem. You've practiced enough. You
Yep.
like unleash the clasps and you
Yep.
do like a little skip,
Yep.
like boink, but then you manage to land and you're just standing there now. It's a little bit soft, like
Yep.
walking on a softer material. But what I will do now is I'm gonna ask that Cuddly and Roju take your headphones off because you can't hear the following.
Ooh.
So excited. Before I take my
It's
headphones
fine.
off,
I'll
is
get
it
chat to
okay
tell me.
if Morel just goes and sits on the very edge of the bench next to the lion guy?
Hmm?
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gone. I'm gone,
I will
baby.
join on the bench, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay, so I will let you know, Tinker, that
Yep.
you can hear this conversation clear
Mhm.
as day.
Yep.
As the following occurs. This woman walks up and sits down in front of you, Trish, and looks at you with a look of annoyance, disappointment even. Before she removes the necklace, just reaches back, unclasps it, and you see sitting before you a bronze dragonborn with what is very clearly a mark similar to yours just on the side of the temple.
Right.
Still
with
wearing
that,
the same clothes.
with that, Trish is also to gonna remove her necklace.
Yes. So the two of you sit there for a moment before she says, Nyla Argwig. I'm one of the local representatives of the Wormcrest within Hague. Luckily, I deal in information, and several reports came across my desk. I work doing several things, but I'm just gonna have to ask, are you an idiot? You've been in town for what, less than 2 days, and you've already been flagged several times.
I have.
Yes, you have. Don't act stupid. Are you a child?
I
And then takes up a little, like, piece of a stack of papers from a messenger bag, starts flipping through. You're basically a child.
Yes. I'm.
God, I can't believe they. Trish Smoothborn?
It's motherborn, but it's
You
pronounced
can't
spelled
even
that way.
spell.
No, I made up that name.
They just let anyone out these days.
Well, I mean, I'm the youngest of our group. I got
Do
to
you
show.
think that's a good idea?
I
That means
mean,
you're the least experienced. You should at least stayed in school for another year.
I mean, I've
Oh
got all
my
these books.
God. You're obviously not ready for this. If you're already drawing eyes, you do realize that you're supposed to keep a low profile, aren't you?
Well, yes.
Yeah. And do you feel like you're doing that?
Well, no.
That's enough answer of that, I suppose. You really need to get your shit together.
Okay.
Yes.
Trish is just looking down now, sort of sad.
This is unacceptable behavior if you're ever aiming to be of use to the colonies.
I prove I will be. Just not yet. There's more of the world I want to see first.
Yeah, well, the world isn't supposed to see you, remember?
Yeah.
Look, you were offered a position with the Traceless? What do these people see in you? God, can't believe. Look, you're in my city right now. I expect you to behave properly. Otherwise, the Traceless will be coming for you.
I will make sure
We don't leave loose ends. You know that.
I've heard about that. I know.
Yeah. Well, okay. With that out of the way, do you have anything to report so far?
So the group I'm traveling with, very interesting beings. There's little tinker of a fella, the one that you were disgusted in. I was quite disgusted in him too, when I first met. But he's sort of grown on me. He's sort of
Tinker. Did you call him?
Yeah,
And,
Tinker.
like, keep scrolling through the papers. Slobber Snout.
That's the one.
You do realize he's a convicted criminal?
I do not know that. Oh. What did he do? Does it say?
All I'll say, if the report is true, you should be careful.
He doesn't hunt us, does he?
Not per se.
Oh.
I see here he's under permanent exile pending an execution order.
Oh my lord! And like, Dritch has said that a little.
Well,
too
it's
loud.
still being deliberated.
Oh,
So
well,
actually, I will ask you to stay with that group and keep
what?
feeding me reports of this tinker while you are in the city.
I I will. I definitely will. I just didn't know. That is shocking. I was starting to like him too.
Well, it doesn't say anything here about him being a bad person.
Well, I suppose.
The official statement was that his crime was accidental, but still, the damage he did is. Let's just say he got off easy with just permanent exile.
I dare say it's probably those damn experiments that he likes doing. He's got all these bottles and stuff in his bag. Maybe I should find out
And
more.
he
what's
starts
on-
scrolls, turns one of the papers to the back and starts taking notes. Yes.
Yeah, bottles. He seems to make it out of his saliva. He's got a little a little arm hand thingy that he uses all the time. I don't know if that's gonna.
Okay.
It's like a little pole with a hand on it. It's strange to me. Never seen it.
Okay, that's very strange.
But yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on and report back about this wanted
Please
criminal.
And while you're in this city, why don't you make yourself useful?
Okay.
If you want to prove to us, there's more than just me here in Hague.
Yes.
Since you seem to enjoy the sewer so much, why don't you go ahead and deal with the little problem down there, and then I'll forget all of the problem you've caused me.
You want me to go in the sewer?
Your little group.
Into
I heard the
sewer.
city had posted you'll get paid for it.
Into the sewer, where it's gross and disgusting. Like, I don't know if I could do that.
Well,
I mean, and Trish is just looking at you.
I guess your rap sheet are gonna keep all these stains then. Well, at the end of the day, it's up to you. And she stands up.
And she goes, "Oh, before you stand, is your name? Is that what everyone calls you, or is that your Dragonborn name?"
Well, you know as well as I do that we choose our names. And then scrolls back to what seems to be a report on you. Amethyst Raja 55.
She throws a little bit of a giggle, and she goes, "You're right there."
Sorry, that just got me. I
What?
unmute myself.
And
yeah.
Then she stands up and says, "All I'll say, if you get a little bit dirty, my report gets a little bit cleaner.
I'll
Always you'll excuse
see.
me."
I'll see.
She
And
turns
Trish
around.
has put the necklace on. Yeah.
Yeah, and before opening the door, she does the same.
Does Tinker hear the footsteps coming towards the door?
Yes, you would.
All right. He takes a few steps back, and he grins his most telling grin, while not being within supposed eavesdropping distance, but a decent, a bit of distance from the door. Yeah. You can come back on. Yep. So you guys probably suddenly
So
see...
you all see Tinker with a shit-eating grin bouncing away from the wall as the door
Perfect.
suddenly opens.
Beautiful.
And you see Harald, the captain, in the middle of drinking his lunch soup, just looks over and sculls it and then puts the thermos lid back on and stands up.
Josie, I was going to ask while they were having that conversation if it was possible for Morel to have a conversation with Harald.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
sure.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
neither
she's
of
gonna-
you can hear it.
No. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's gonna think back, and I was actually thinking while we were having our little pause. I can't remember. I feel like it was implied that Ulir had said we had used magic But even if it wasn't, that's like the only person who literally yelled like witchcraft at us.
And,
So I was thinking
ran
Morel
immediately
might.
to get the guards. Yeah, it was him.
Yeah. So Morel was gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe I can like talk our way out of this and sort of explain. So she's gonna kind of scooch up a little bit closer and be like, I was thinking, and I think there was an individual who was very angry at us today, and I do wonder if it is my fault. Not because I used magic, but look, we visited Ulir's shop, and my little friend, traveling companion, said he would buy some boots for exposure, and they wrote a contract, and he was supposed to yell something whenever he used them, and then he did not, and I forgot to remind him, and I think Ulir was very mad, and I offered to try and pay so that the contract could stand, but although I did not see any magic, I wonder if Ulir could be mad at us for something else.
Make a persuasion check.
I'd love to. Please do well.
He did seem very mad.
It's a 22.
Oh.
He looks at you while sipping on his soup. And I will say, he looks at you and he nods slowly. Not as in he's agreeing with what you're saying, but as he's just taking it in. And he says, so you're saying Ulir called the gods regarding magic when in fact it was a breach of contract that occurred?
It may have been, and I do not know if it was, because are the boots magic? They look very magical, and maybe that is what he meant. Also trying not to get Ulir in trouble. Morel's kind of like, yeah. She's like, I do not think he is a bad
Did you
bird.
witness this contract being signed?
I did. Yeah, I also signed it, but I do not
And
have it.
was it notarized by a city official?
Oh,
Or anyone with legal standing?
no.
Okay, I'll see.
Think as
I'll ask you to not leave the city while I follow up on some of these leads. And if you want to use your magic, I suggest you head down to, and points like across the square that you're at towards the main bulwark, like district entrance. I recommend you head over and get a license. It may cost some money, but it allows you to, within reason, use some magic.
Thank you.
But I will be following up on this, because if it's not an official contract, then I don't see the issue, really.
Yes, and one more question. I was wondering, there was a volunteer posting for helping with the sewers, but was there a map of the sewers? They seem so big, and I'm worried about...
There's not. The
being
old
lost.
sewers are uncared, strange, and if anything, they're filled with contaminated seawater.
I see.
What's that?
You know, like what came out of the leeches?
Oh, nasty.
Yes, that is one of the reasons we want the leeches out of the sewer, is because we don't know what effect it will have if they were to consume Not regular seawater, but stagnant, filled with backwash of old technologies. The sewers are sealed off from the ocean itself, but we don't know what kind of spills may have gotten in there during the war. They were sealed off several decades ago. And
I
for us
see.
throughout this conversation, the soup that he's drinking smells to you so much of nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like the scent is wet moss, like spring flowers and dried herbs. It just smells. There's even a sweet like smell in there somewhere. And it just reminds you so much of home.
As in like something I would have eaten at home, or just the smells
Yes,
of the forest?
both. Like this whatever the soup is definitely contains elements of like ingredients from your homeland.
Harold, was it?
Harold, yes.
Your soup smells very nice.
Thank you. My wife made it.
Oh, Chief, it reminds me of home.
Oh, and he looks at it. Would you like a taste?
Oh yes,
And he
please.
like holds it over, and it's like in your hands. It's fairly small. It's not quite that small, but it's like it's like for him it's a very big like thermos lid that he's drinking from, but for you it's more like you can hold it with one hand. Yeah, like one of those like sake cups.
Yeah,
almost.
that's what I was imagining. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and it just smells like what was called wild spring soup.
This tastes like the soup we used to have.
Oh, really? And he takes it back. Well,
Are you from
It's
there?
quite-
Are you from home?
Are you
from home. I am from Thuravon.
Thuravon.
Yes. And he looks like he's a bit like confused as the note of you feeling nostalgic over this, but also that you don't seem to know where that is.
Is that where the markets and Wood End and the big forest?
Yes, actually.
Yes, that's where I'm from.
The Wood End by the 7 Mile Forest.
7 Mile. I think that's right. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names.
That's all right. We can't all be good. I'm sure you're good at something I'm not.
Oh yes, I'm good at sticks.
Well, I'm not good at sticks.
Oh, you could be.
Well, thank you. And I'm sure you could be good at names.
Thank you.
And at
I'm
this point,
trying.
you hear like the squeaky springs of a tinker's spring step slops, like coming closer towards the bench, and then the door opens. And your voice call out, "Captain, all yours." And this individual just hurriedly walks away northward of the street.
So she doesn't walk anywhere near Tinker.
No.
Tinker pretends to lose control of his boots and stumble towards the individual.
Wow.
Okay. Make a deception check.
He's
Which I recently added
going for the
proficiency
pratfall.
in.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, because Aussie Defro forgot to add a background.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
8.
I did that last time, so I can't even say anything.
As soon as you start doing like an whoa, she immediately looks at you and just starts walking faster, but turns like to walk away from you to create more distance.
So Trish has walked to the door now as well, just to see what the group's doing.
Who was that?
A dear friend of mine. It's been some time since we spoke, and she's not one to be around crowds.
Well, that's very nice. I'm glad you have a friend here, Trish.
Look, I was surprised she was in this town. I thought she was in another town.
Did you know they were friends, Harold?
And he looks up from his soup, and he sort of looks at Trish, and without removing his eyes from Trish, he says, like, in your direction, Forrest, I had an inkling.
Right.
So are we good to go? We need to get ourselves washed.
Yes, I will say what I told your friends. Please stay within the city, and if you need to procure a license for use of magic, you need to make an application at the Bulwark.
Any chance we can wash up here real quickly? I hate to.
Please, we can go back to
No, it's no matter. Yes, I can show you. And he starts walking towards this office, essentially. And he points to a back room, like, in there you'll find locker rooms that have showers. And he starts like pulling the blinds up, letting some light in, opens a window.
Nice.
Yeah, Chris is gonna go wash.
And Mirelle kind of stands there awkwardly and like holds up her hands and said, I did not touch him, I just yelled at them, so
Tinker does
no
up his
whoop.
boots and annoyed that his ploy didn't work.
No.
And
We'll get him next time, Tinker.
He just pogo stick hopping around the street.
He sort of like when Trish moves into the other room to wash up, he sort of muses out loud enough to say like Morel can hear, but Forrest might have trouble.
Hey, I can hear pretty well.
Oh yeah, Forrest doesn't
These
hear
are pretty good ears.
I
I think
think-
everyone has almost the exact same passive perception in this
That's
group
pretty good.
right now.
That's great. Cool.
I might have overheard a few things. We should be careful of that one. And Tinker indicates in the direction of where the other Dragonborn lady moved.
And Morelle's like her face, her mask kind of follows where you're pointing, and then she kind of turns back. She's still in the mindset of this is probably not my problem, but she's interested.
Just not good conversation, really.
Oh, were they mean?
A little bit. But I
That's
couldn't
not very
make
nice.
out much.
But Trish said that was their friend.
Friends can have harsh words for each other.
And then you hear like like very clearly a humming sound coming from Harold as he's like wiping down some tables. Like it is very clear that he's doing it loud enough so that you can hear him. Boom, boom, boom. As he's just like wiping everything down.
First, I'm gonna just open up my backpack and sort of just rummage around for whatever rations I've got in there and find something that Forrest thinks looks nice to give to Harold in trade for the soup.
The best boy.
Oh,
Harold.
no, I appreciate the offer, but
No, we share food. You shared with me, I share with you. Now we're friends.
does feel like home, doesn't it? And he accepts the offer.
Gonna make me cry.
It's been some while since I returned to the old green.
So you are from there?
Yes, not 7 Mile Forest itself, but Traveled through.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't ask you. Do you know Eobard?
Eobard? I don't know an Eobard. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Wish I could have been of help. Are you looking for Eobard?
Oh, yes. Yes. He's my family.
Family's important.
It is. And he needs me, and I'm trying to find him.
Oh, well,
If you see him, you let me know.
okay, what does he look like?
Oh, he's about, this big, I think.
You think?
Oh, sorry. I haven't seen him since I was very small.
So it's been some time.
A little bit. It's been
All
some
right.
seasons.
I understand. Well, I'll put the name Eobard to mind, and if I hear anything, and if I know where you are, I'll let you know.
Eobard Barkley, yes.
Eobard Barkley.
He's got some bushy on his face.
Doesn't ring a bell, I'm afraid.
Ah, well, thank you.
It is all right, Forrest. We will find him.
Oh yes, I'm
Who
sure.
knows? Maybe we'll find him in the sewer. Maybe
in the
we'll
sewer.
Trish is now walking out when you say sewer. Yes, I actually think the sewer might be a good place to be.
Really? You think he's there too?
I think
He
there
is
might.
not in the sewer.
I think there might be some clues
You
as
just said he was in
to.
the sewer.
Well, hold on. You just got washed up and you want to go back into the sewer.
That's
Wait,
enough
you're going
out
to
of
get
you.
dirty again.
That's enough out of you.
That's a-
Morale,
Ow.
I think definitely it's a good idea, Forrest and Morale, that we should go investigate what's happening down there.
Oh,
All right.
we could do that.
What about the ball? And your dress?
Well, if we do this tomorrow, we can still make the ball tonight. We got to go for licenses today, and we got to go dress shopping, do the ball, and we go to the sewers tomorrow.
But would it be important to go immediately?
All right, just choose one. And Mirel kind of starts walking, but like sort of comes back and looks at where Trish is gonna start. going.
Trish is like, where was the licenses? Where were they? Was it down this way, Morale?
Oh, Morel would probably know. Cuddly didn't pay attention, so yeah. Yeah, Morel would probably point to
Yeah.
where it was. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
said
'cause-
down that way to the place.
Yeah.
Down that way
He
to the
told
place.
us. He just did. Yeah.
He pointed it out. You are, if you look at the map, you are
Yes.
currently very close to a crossing of main thoroughfares.
Yes.
And he pointed towards the entrance to the Bulwark Barracks, where you see there is like a hollowed out section where there are guards sitting inside. And there's like people who are walking up come to one of those, like a clerk's kiosk where there's like a little opening, there's a glass pane, and they can talk through it. And he basically pointed at that thing. It seems to be some form of administrative office.
Yes, so Trish is gonna start sort of walking that direction, going, we need licenses, Morale. If we're gonna be using magic down there, we'll need to make sure that we are licensed within the city. And she starts walking that way.
And Morel will kind of hurry to catch up. And once they are out of earshot of like Harold and probably most other people, it's fine if Tinker and Forrest are there. She might lean in and go, do I need a license?
Well, you use music. You use magic, don't you?
I do not have to. And she shows her daggers.
well, if we go into the sewers, we might need to use magic. And I know we're a bit tired, and I don't know how long it takes to process these. And I know I definitely need a license for it.
All right, you go first, and then I will decide.
Okay. So Trish is sort of like making headway, walking quicker. And then in your head, Morel, all you hear is, "Don't trust Tinker," in Trish's voice.
Oh shit, she's gonna pretend like she didn't hear a thing, because she's not a narc.
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches, and she knows that.
Yeah,
She just might like sort of like give a little
and,
side, just like pretend she.
after a couple more steps, you hear Trish again going, "We'll explain later, when we're more private time."
I hope you do.
You said that to yourself.
Yeah, she's like mumbling to herself because you're like already gone.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, go.
Tinker, considering he's now watching Trish like a hawk, can he attempt to? Oh no, I suppose it was done in heads, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was, it was done on the head.
all tell-
You would have heard Morel mumble to herself, like,
Mm.
I hope you do, but
Mm.
it would be in reference to,
Who
I
knows
don't
what?
know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
But it doesn't take you long to walk up. There's a little bit of a line. You stand in it for a moment until it's your turn, and you see what looks to be a young woman with short trimmed hair and like a helmet sitting on the side of this desktop, essentially. Leans in, and there's, you know, the classic, there's the little slot of opening between the glass and a little tray, and says, "Hello, how can I help?"
I need a license to use restricted magic. Oh, not I just need to be able to use magic. And
Yes.
yes.
I
I'm
understand
sorry.
what you're asking for.
Yes.
And looks like just you. Anyone else from your group?
Trish looks back and goes, "On just me for the time being." Yes.
All right. Sure. I am going to need you to fill out a form. Hold on. And you can see, while she seems to have a good attitude about her, there's like an older gentleman who's got like a mustache, the classic, like the waxed mustache that goes up, but it's like flickering little flames. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
and he's got
cool.
little spectacles, and he's definitely side-eyeing you, Trish, through the
How
window.
dare he? I'll fight him.
She puts a paper with a little one of those writing desks little things, like a clipboard, up into the tray, and says, "I'm gonna need you to fill this out, and after, if everything checks out, it's a 2 silver fee, and the license lasts you for 7 days."
2 silver? Yes, I can definitely do that. And Trish starts filling it out.
Okay.
Oh, Trish, you won't need a hand filling it out. I would hate for you to get another mark on your permanent record.
What record? And then, as part of the signing, she's gonna use her signet ring as a bit of a mark as well. She's gonna put a bit of ink and put it on a piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, with that in mind, as you give it back, and it's not anything specific. It asks for your name, your place of origin, what is your most commonly used magic, sort of that. And she takes it back, thank you, and just like reads it over real quick. Looks good. And then eyes your signet that you put. just a moment, and walks over to the older gentleman with the like little fire mustache and shows it. And he again just side eyes towards you, mutters something under his breath. She nods, and says, "Well, sorry for the misunderstanding," and hands you the 2 silver coins back.
Sweet.
And then also slips a little leather bracelet with a piece of metal on it. You need to wear this at all times while within the city limits, and it will let you know when the 7 days are up, when you need to consider getting an extension.
Okay, thank you. And
just I have to wait. Sorry, I'm not finished. I have to legally tell you this tracks magic. It lets us know whenever you use magic and what kind of magic.
Okay. Yep, that's no problem at all.
Yes. And then says, "Yep, that should be it, really."
Okay, no problem. And Trish turns around and starts to walk out. Oh, that was a lot easier than I thought.
Meryl kind of waves goodbye and follows.
So, dress shopping. Smile.
Hey, what?
We're gonna go dress shopping now for the ball tonight.
Oh, hold on. I thought you wanted to go to the sewers.
Oh, I can't go to the
Why do you
sewers.
need a dress for a ball?
Well, another word for ball is a place where people dance. It's a big fancy thing that people go to, and this one's for charity.
A big fancy thing. You might stand out.
Trish is ignoring you at this point in time. I'm just want to go. It's going to be fun. I think it's charitable. The city could definitely use it after all this. And there'll be many people there. No one will know we're there.
I'm not much of a dress person, but I can help you look.
Oh, I mean, I would really appreciate that. I really do. But are we going? Are we all going to go tonight? Or you guys?
I told you I'm not going to any ball.
Okay.
Do you want me to go to this ball with you?
Well, I was hoping for us. Maybe we can dance. We did so well fighting together, and you seemed really good with your footwork. So,
Oh, is it a fight?
oh no,
No.
Is it a battle?
No.
no.
Oh, it could be considered a battle.
No, Tinker.
Like a dance battle.
No,
Do
Tinker.
they do
Really?
those yet? I think I just invented something.
But I think you would be very good at it,
You think
and
so?
I think you would have a lot of fun.
Well, I could try, I guess.
If you want clothes, then you need to wash up. You cannot try things on like that. Disgusting.
So do we look for an inn to stay at, wash up, and then go shopping? Tinker can do whatever Tinker wants, and we'll go look
That's
at
right,
clothes.
I can. Who knows what trouble I might get up to by myself?
Have fun.
Are you okay, Tinker?
I'm fine. Why would I not be okay?
Don't know.
So Morel, if everyone is like, yeah, let's wash up first, she's gonna weave their way back to the Daughters of Flame, because they did say that was one of the close parts, and it seems cheaper than some of the other options as well. So
you
yeah,
definitely
they will
go back. It's gonna take you a couple of minutes to get back there, and because you have to go back into the Rusted Commons that you've just recently exited.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's no problem at all. Is everyone going back there?
I mean, Forrest will just be following Morel.
Yeah, as I figured, yeah.
He's like, I've found someone who's worldly, and I am...
Worldly!
and
I
am-
love that.
Yeah,
You think I know what I'm doing?
Forrest certainly does.
Yeah, if the other two follow, I think Trish would be following. I don't know what Tinker's gonna do. I have no idea. So yeah.
I mean,
Tinker will follow.
you get back.
Mm.
Yeah. You you get back, and you find your way back to the Daughters of Flame. It takes about 15 minutes to find the way. But you get there. Definitely seems to be a bit more people. Seems to be just in the end of a lunch, but at the same time, some are just here, maybe seeking shelter. You can tell definitely that something's been going on. The tables have been moved almost like away from the entrance just a little bit. And you do see sitting in a chair, just like eyeing the entrance that is standing open. There's a little fire gingery gnome with a crossbow, just like leaned back in a chair, just staring at the exit.
Love that.
He's starting to bold. He's got like a widow's peak, and he's got these ginger curls that go straight backwards, but then at the ends they almost like move slightly like fire. And he's got a very tired, like sour look to him, and he's just holding a crossbow, staring at the door as you all enter.
Is there anyone behind the counter, or is he like the first person to talk to, really?
I mean, he's sitting inside the tavern, like quite far in.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
the bar counter. You see, same person as before. This almost like a palish blue skin with veins that glow underneath, like fire, and is wearing a very like a tank top and then a coverall that's been like folded off the torso and tied around the waist.
And that's the person that did prestidigitation to Action's coat, right?
Actually, no.
Different person.
This is the same person who was standing in the bar, like behind the bar this morning.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting my people mixed up. I apologize.
The person who you saw with Action were wearing like a yellow dungaree.
I don't know. I fooled myself. All right. Well, we'll maybe go talk to the person at the bar then. And
this person seems to like have just cleared something off the counter, looks up at you, and says, "Hey, welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
Hungry again?"
Well, not yet. Do you have any rooms? We got
a few.
Gross during the fight with the leeches. And
if you want a room with running water, it's a little bit extra. If you're okay with just a wash bowl.
And she kind of looks over at Forrest, who's probably just covered in grime, and she goes, "No, running water, yes. I'm not rooming
I
with
could
that.
probably fit in a wash bowl.
It's not all about you, Tinker." No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
She-
I'm also not
sorry,
going to
she doesn't
assume that
actually
all
say
of
that.
you. I'm not going to assume that all of you want to share the same room.
No. Morel, you think us girls should be in one room and the boys should be in the other?
2 rooms?
2 rooms, both running water.
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna be looks down at the ledgers, flips through. We only got one of them available.
That is okay. Give it to the boys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It is 3 silver for 2 nights, but it's 2 silver for 1 night.
We will go 3. Thank you.
2 nights?
2 nights, please.
And Trish hands over the money this time.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's one silver per night for the room without running water.
Also 2.
Okay, so 5 total.
Yep. Trish hands 5.
Trish does it before Morel can even get her coin purse out. She's like, oh,
Yep.
Thank you. 1 meal is included in the price. It's up to you if you want that to be dinner or breakfast. The tavern is closed from midnight to 8, 9-ish. Just so you're all aware. And the rooms are back there, and she gestures to a door that seems to lead to an adjoining building. But it's definitely like a door that's standing open. It's a large, like a gateway essentially. But rather than being part of the same building, it's more like it connects to the adjoining building. And she hands over 2 keys.
Cool.
And they have the room numbers on them. It seems like the one with the running water is on the ground level, whereas the other one is 1 floor above.
Tinker will take the key for the boys' room.
And Morel will hand Trish the other key and just go, I just have a question. You go, make him wash. And like points to Forrest.
All right, big guy, come on. We got to get ourselves cleaned up. Apparently, we're not allowed to be in public anymore. We're embarrassing.
It is not what I said.
It's what you meant.
So, where am I going?
Wait, come on.
All right.
And Tinker starts leading Forrest.
Yeah, the little row leads the runt away into the other building. Just like not even being able to hold hands. There's too much distance.
Yeah.
You could probably hold the top of the claw.
That is adorable as heck.
That's horrible.
I just feel like Tinker reaching upwards and Forrest reaching downwards, they would barely be able to like.
He would like
touch
graze
fingers.
fingertips. That's so cute. Do
almost
you want to graze
feel-
fingertips in the Daughters of Flame?
Give me some skin.
I can also imagine like Forrest goes to grab his hand and then stands up properly, and Tinker just be like off the ground, just hey.
Just wait till Tinker and Forrest get closer. Tinker will be climbing
Oh my
onto
gosh.
shoulders. The
I
whole.
can't wait. It's gonna be great.
But as they head off, the proprietress looks at you, Beryl, and says, "You had a question?"
Yes, and she kind of leans on the counter a little bit conspiratorially, but mostly just to get a little closer, and goes, does action work here?
Yes.
You're looking for a little action?
I know what I like.
It sort of like just stands there, like it's putting the coin away. Yeah,
need to-
yes, he does.
Ask him a question. Is he here?
No, he isn't back yet.
Ah.
Do you want me to let him know when he gets back?
Yes, please. But I think I am being taken dress shopping, so.
Well,
She kind of gives like a sorry shrug and goes,
and this person gives you a look of like understanding, but also confusion. Like the whole situation is just a bit
it's
strange.
just weird.
Like, okay, well,
It's nothing bad. It is nothing bad. Just a question.
well, I'll let him know. I will say there's a chance he will deliberately avoid you, knowing that you're looking for him.
That's all right.
Yes. I would say the best thing you can do is catch him off guard.
She kind of nods and she goes, thank you. And she'll go up to where she saw Trish, because I guess it's on the 2nd floor. She'll kind of go up and join them.
And I think while the party gets sorted in their rooms, we'll take a little break.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Yay!
And we'll be back here in a few minutes and have a couple of minutes out of session talk, and then we'll be getting right back into it. So everybody, we'll be running some ads. We'll see you in just a little bit. Wow.
I just feel like dancing the
Oh,
night
well,
away.
too bad. Too bad. How are we doing?
You think
What
Trish could dance?
a spicy first half we had.
Yeah,
I was
it's been.
stressing.
It was spicy.
I was eating cookies.
I'm loving it though. I'm loving
Yeah, I could hear your cookie bag in my ear, and I was very jealous. I wanted cookies. I
No,
only got
me
buttergoose
too.
robbery.
I was eating my sorrows for not
Oh,
hearing
yeah.
the juicy details. That
I
were going
know,
on.
I know. It was great. Ozzy's face was so
Oh,
great.
yeah.
But then I was like, I don't know how much
Oh,
he's
his
just putting it
reaction
on and
time.
how much is actually like real.
I couldn't tell. I can't tell you how much of it was real or not. But oh my god.
Yeah, because like
There
some of it
was,
you seemed
uh,
genuinely
Honestly.
surprised, and some of it I was like, that seems surely that's too much, but who knows?
It's me.
I was sort of like trying to look at you at times where like big moments happen, and I'm like, oh.
Because I was trying
In
not
fact-
to watch Josie and Orb because I didn't want to lip read by accident. I was like,
I did.
Yeah,
Bring
I
up
was
some
trying
more
so
glass.
hard to not look at the cameras either and just focus. And
Mhm.
I can't tell you the fact that Tinker was the only one who managed
It's
to
so good.
That's-
It's so good.
Oh.
it was perfect.
and like
Perfect.
if Cuddly Brain is like at all on track, I don't think Morel would have understood any of that anyway. So
No, there was a lot of things that like without context wouldn't make
I
any
feel like
sense.
Morel is not worldly enough to know
Yeah.
half the stuff that like, you know, so yeah.
And as much as I wanted to know, the
Great, yeah,
Forest would have
I
no
wanna know for
reason
sure,
to
but yeah,
even
we'll find
consider
out.
listening
I'm
in or
excited.
I mean,
subterfuge.
the whole thing was just like I'm sure there are things you can do. You can go back and watch the VOD. We can talk about it, but it was more
No,
like
no.
to make sure there was more legitimate in the
Yeah.
moment
Mhm.
reactions
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I like that. I might just not. I might just keep it as a surprise. Actually, I like
Oh
that.
God, keep your secrets.
Man, I don't
Keep
know.
your secrets.
Keep your secrets. We don't want them.
You don't want 'em. Tinker would have had one of those moments if he hadn't managed to eavesdrop and Aussie Dribfro found out what was being said.
Is that why he's so spicy right now? Because I feel like he's so
I'm
spiteful.
upset.
I mean,
about
I'm just
the-
expecting there was a lot of Roe slander going on
Yeah, I
Look,
feel like
from the upper class.
sounded like it. Yeah.
I really wish my little stumble worked because I concocted the perfect line. The perfect line. But
I was hoping that would
It's
work
alright, you
for
can-
whatever purposes you
Next time.
wanted.
Save it.
We'll see
You've got
him
that
again.
bullet.
I'm sure we'll see him
You
again.
can,
Yeah.
you can always fire it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save it. It's loaded. It's in the barrel and it's loaded.
Yeah.
It's
It
in
is.
there.
He's stored a special bit of saliva in one of his tooth, like gaps in his teeth. He's probably missing a tooth somewhere.
Oh god.
Just for. okay.
I love it.
God, just
So
the
you got
fact,
like
he's
false
got
teeth that are just full of different.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
concoctions and
like
shit.
his teeth has eroded away. They're all like he's got what is it called?
Because it's
Full
like-
crown.
like
It's
just
just
crunch
fake
down
teeth.
on it like an old
Yeah, and then
cyanide
you
tooth
get a
or
different-
something.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I mean, who knows what sort of abilities Tinker will get in the future?
Yeah, exactly.
What new tasty
You know,
concoctions
like
and
how
spells
some people had
I wouldn't
those
call 'em
like
tasty.
cyanide fake teeth.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Josie. You
Fingers
could
are
just
just
chomp on the
all-
fake acid tooth.
someone punches him in the jaw and Tinker releases a tooth just to like as a
Yeah,
like he got
yeah.
punched, but it's actually an explosive and it makes
Yeah.
a smoke screen. He can run away.
Oh,
it's
I love
genius,
that.
it's
I would
genius.
love that. Please bring that in.
Yeah. Wait, Trinket? Lars, man,
Trinket.
that's a bear from a very
You're
different.
wrong game.
Trinket. I'm gonna call you Trinket from now on. It's too late. I've already
I
learned
mean, he's
Tinker.
as small as a trinket.
I mean, we can
I
put. We can
wish-
definitely Pokeball sized. So.
I
He is
wish I had
Pokemon.
said Trinket right off the bat, though. I wish I had just not learned your name.
But unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
everybody learns
Morel
Tinker.
already knows. So yeah.
Bad luck.
Let's
Shall
hope
we get
I
back
don't
into it?
fuck this up. now.
Yeah.
You're gonna do great.
Oh, music change.
Oh.
After having had a moment to sort themselves out within the Daughters of Flame Inn, sought to those rooms, they got cleaned up. Tinker having a quick little wash in a little wash basin. Forrest, would this be your first encounter with a shower?
The shower, yes, absolutely. Well, like a, yeah,
Oh,
like a
no.
functional, like full regular person shower. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Tinker is not guiding Forrest into the shower because he does not want to be embarrassed.
Oh, good words.
Fair.
So, with short words, one sentence or less, how is this experience for Forrest?
Novel, I would say.
That's a great choice.
Beautiful.
But eventually, you all gather back down in the tavern itself. You see the little gnomish figure is now snoring away, and a few patrons are having food, talking. There's some buzz going around regarding those leeches that came out of the sewers, and there's some speculations of what could have caused it. You hear someone says, I think there's a Gavanite spy somewhere in the city trying to rouse commotion, as someone else says. Are you completely daft? The Bulwark would never let them come into the city and do things like that. And it's just like little talk amongst the tables. You find yourselves out, and you have the rest of the afternoon. Trish, do you still have the flyer regarding the ball?
Yep.
Yeah. It starts at 7 p.m. and there is not an address listed, but it says the hosted by family. I'll read my notes. Family Red Glow.
Red glow.
And it would that's all it said. Like charity ball hosted by Family Red Glow. And not really much else.
Okay. Yeah, so Trish would be asking anyone in the inn directions to the closest dress stores.
Okay. Asking in the inn, you see the proprietress looks at you, and she thinks for a moment. I guess it just comes down to your budget, really. There's plenty of places here in the Commons. Most of them do sell like pre-owned stuff, but they're all like patched up and tidied. But if you're looking for something nicer, you could go into Steel Town.
What sort of budget we're thinking though? Like what would it cost roughly here for a dress?
Here in the Commons?
Yeah.
I don't know. You could probably find something decent for a few copper pieces if you take some time to look around.
Okay. Well, all right. What about in the other area? What was that area you said?
Steel Town.
Steel Town. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, up in Steel Town, they have more of like larger shops. You
Okay.
could also head to the Fireside Market, but that's if you're looking for, I don't know, mass-produced things.
Okay.
I suppose.
Okay.
It's a bit cheaper, but the quality isn't always great.
Okay.
Um,
No, I think
yeah,
I'll head off Steel Town.
Steel Town, I would say you could probably get a good outfit together for a gold piece.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where I'm going. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
no
Trish
worries.
hands over. Hang on.
Trish money bags.
Yeah, Trish is going to hand over one silver piece.
Oh damn!
Like just as a tip.
A tip for a tip.
Gosh.
Wow.
This person takes the coin and looks at you. Okay, just puts.
And like, a silver piece is a lot, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like basically like Trish and Mirel's room was a silver piece per night.
Mm,
Yeah.
That's a big tip.
That's a big coin.
Big.
Now, on the way to the dress shopping, can Trish keep an eye out on any like weapons stores or anything on the way?
For sure. So Trish, you want to head into Steel Town to go shopping? What's the other people doing? Like you're all gathered down in the tavern at this point. What's everyone doing, thinking, feeling?
Geez, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a. Well, Mirelle has sort of resigned herself to going clothes shopping. If not for her, then for Forrest maybe, because she might send Forrest on his little merry way, and then she can like
she'll be out of it.
Chill out. Yeah, exactly. She will look around for action, and if he's not there, she'll be. I don't know.
Make a perception check.
Oh, okay. Oh, is he hiding on me, bitch? Action! I'm coming for you. Oh, I'm not coming for you.
What you get?
I got an 8. Nowhere to
Now
be seen.
you cannot see action anywhere around right now.
Sad.
He's not in the tavern at least. What about Forrest and Tinker?
Forrest is probably still partially drenched, I would say.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask.
He's just wet.
Oh yeah.
Did not get dried.
Like inexplicable. Like he just brushes up against you, and you're like, why?
He's just dripping wherever he's walking.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What I will ask though, during this time, would Forrest have attempted to apply his new fancy oil to the armor?
Oh, probably not. No.
Okay.
No, it takes like an hour or something. No, 10 minutes was it?
Yes.
10 minutes to apply. Yeah, no, I don't think he would have thought of it.
Okay. And Tinker.
Tinker would have. He would have. He's gonna remain at the inn. He's gonna remain at the inn. Yeah, he's gonna remain at the inn, and he's gonna make he's gonna go. Yo, I might hang around here. All this walking around, I have much shorter legs than a lot of you. I might just rest for a bit and I don't know, write a few thoughts out and I don't know, maybe perform some terrible experiments or something. Who knows what I'll get up to.
All right.
So with that, Trish leads Mirelle and Forrest out into town.
Yep.
So where are we going exactly?
To get some clothes. I'm gonna look for a pretty dress, and you'll need clothes to match me.
Oh. Okay. You can see clearly Forrest on his face. He does not understand why. But he's sort of just going along because it seems like the thing that's supposed to be done right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna ask now is for Trish to make an investigation check to find a shop.
Oh, 22. And that's a natural.
Shit.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
she really wants that dress.
Yeah.
Very quickly, you start
20,
walking
damn.
north along the side wall of the Bulwark Barracks and just looking. Every time you pass a street, you're looking in, you're looking for maybe signs, anything that tells you that it's like a bit of a shopping area, until you finally find one. One of the long streets. There's a lot of residentials here, and it's definitely a bit higher up in, shall we say, economy.
Yep.
There's still some people living in large share houses or row houses, but there are also singular buildings. You walk by and every here and there you can see what looks like a playground or a park. And there's definitely a lot less exhaust, like steam and smoke in this area. It seems like most places, rather than having just random pipes sticking out of walls or vents and grates, everything has been moved up on top of the buildings. So in between, in the streets, it's a lot clearer in the air, and it still smells of like warm stone and metal. You can still hear, like, almost constantly the sound of people working. But you see a street that's very clearly a shopping street. And you see several stores walking by. You do see, as you're walking by, you even catch at the way other end, closer to the main thoroughfare, there seems to be almost like a brand clothing store.
Yep.
But as you walk there, in this end where you are currently at, closer to the Bulwark Barracks, you do see a place called Argor's Arms. And it's, as you're walking by, you do see that it is a weapons shop.
We just gotta go in here just real quickly. I think something's caught my eye.
All right.
What do you need?
I'm not sure yet. And goes in.
You go in, and there's like a little bell that makes a sound, ding, 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 ding. As you open the door, you can see the floor itself, like this storefront, is very empty. There's only locked, like, metal cases with glass tops. There's a few what looks like well-crafted swords hanging on the back wall, and you see currently sitting in a chair, looking up at you, just seemingly been waiting for something to happen. You see a dwarf. This large, almost imagine, if you will, a Wreck-It Ralph physique, with hair that's like slicked back with a headband. Hair is slicked back with a headband, a thick bristly beard that's been tied down with steel wire, and just looks up and stands up, just slightly shorter than you, Forrest, with these large meaty hands.
Wow.
Says, welcome, welcome, welcome. How can I help you? Welcome to Argor's Arms. And looks you over, the three of you. I see you've got some nice pieces on you. What can I help? You need some maintenance? Looking for an upgrade?
It sort of came to mind when I saw your shop. And she pulls out her sword and goes, see, I've got this and it's perfect. I love it. And it does well for when I need it, but I don't like using it. I'm not a very violent person.
This is not of Amberlandian make. This is not a local thing. Where'd you get this?
Oh, I got it from home.
Oh,
Yes.
looks you over. Oh. I mean, you're being cryptic enough. Are you looking to sell it?
No. I was trying to use it as a demonstration of, like, this is very close combat, and, well, I don't like.
Usually what they're for.
I don't really like to be in fights in the main part, but if I'm a part of them, I want to stay far away. Do you have anything that I could help my friends out while I'm far away?
I mean, I got.
This is a weird place for clothing. Morel on the side.
Meryl's not even gonna
Well,
correct him.
I've got something you can hide in your clothes too, if that's what you're looking for, big fella.
No, I said we're going dress shopping, and then your store caught my eye. So he's just confused why we're in a place that sells weapons.
No, that's fine. Well, I'm far away. You know, it's not really what I do, but I know a place. What are you looking for exactly? Are you looking for something basic, easy to use? Are you looking for something that packs a punch? Are you looking to get into trouble?
It's more something that can be on me at all times. So something that's small and hidden, but at the same time will still, protect me if I need it. And she starts going through her.
I think I know what you're talking about. I know a guy. I know a guy.
Oh yes.
If you head up to the Spireworks and you look for Olivar. And I'm probably sounding very shady, but he runs a legitimate shop.
You do sound very shady.
Yeah, it does. He specializes in, how do I put this right? High society decorative pieces. But he does he does also have in his collection. He makes these little things that you can hide in a sleeve or on a holster under your clothes. If you need something that you can keep on you at all times.
Yeah. What was the name? Sorry.
Olivar. He keeps changing the name of the store. I'll be honest. Just look for a place that it looks fancy.
Okay. Could you roughly which way is that?
Up, north, up into the city.
Up into the city. Okay.
I mean, it's yeah. I'm assuming you're not locals, but it's the Spireworks. If you go to, you see the big wall out there, leading to the bulwarks. If you follow that one up, to just upwards, more inland, I guess, towards the mountains. You get to the steelworks. It's a place with lots of smithies and workshops and places where people make things, essentially. You should be able to find what you're looking for up there.
Sweet. Thank you so much. Is there anything in the store that you guys catching your eye on?
You look over and Forrest is sort of like just idly just handling whatever looks odd or interesting and sort of just fiddling with it idly.
Yeah, the thing is, the only things that are loose enough for you to fiddle with is just like an empty shelf that you picked off the wall. Because all the weapons within the storefront itself are either inside boxes or like stuck to the walls in like plate cases.
Right. I love that you thought the shelf was the weapon. You just like went, yeah, this is weird. I like it.
This is
It would probably be the only thing made of wood that can be taken off the shelf.
That's beautiful. Josie, would there be a crossbow by any chance?
You look around and there seems to be a fairly large crossbow.
Large one. Okay.
In one of these display cases. It definitely looks like it's very large. It would probably be unruly for Mirel to use. Like you could still use it, but it would come with maybe some
drawbacks,
some disadvantages and but also probably could pack a punch if she could endure the recoil.
Yeah. She would probably be looking at that, but like in a way that you kind of look until your friend is done, and then you go, "Oh no, sorry, no, not for me," kind of thing. Yeah.
But as you're in there as well, Argor looks at you, Forrest, and says, "That's a nice piece of second skin you got there."
Second skin?
Your armor.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Yes, there's more
must
of
have cost you a pretty penny. That must have cost you a pretty penny.
Oh,
Looking to get it off your hands? I'd pay well.
No, this belonged to my family.
Well, I'm
but
not gonna take away a family heirloom.
But maybe, do you know about this?
About armor? Yeah.
And he's gonna pull the same like bit that has the symbol on it before, and I'm told this was made by Bear Bar.
He'll put on a little like loop on his eye and look at it.
And sort of just points at the mug.
That's Bear Bar, all right. Looks like the design is old. Like, I'm not saying it's not Bear Bars, but it's not one of his latest works, that's for sure.
Yes. I guess it's probably old.
I didn't even know Bear Bars worked in Adamantine.
Neither did I.
Well, learn something every day.
You don't know where he... apparently he left with pirates?
Yeah, look, I chalk that up to rumors. You see, we're like second cousins, but through marriage.
Oh, he's your family.
More like a family of my family, or was, I guess.
Sure.
I just thought it was rumors. He lived with pirates.
That's what I heard last.
That's
I'm
wild.
looking for him, because I'm looking for Eobard, and he sort of,
Who's
whenever he
Eobard?
says it, he always says it expecting that the person knows who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I love that.
You know what? No.
Well, Bear Bar knows Eobard, and Bear Bar
Okay.
made this.
Yeah. I'm with you
but
that far.
I've got more of
Who's
it.
Eobard?
I've got more of it, but I cannot make it fit.
You got more of it?
Oh, hey, and he's just gonna pull open his bag and sort of just show the loose bits of plate and shit in there that
You
That he
see,
hasn't
like,
figured out.
the eyes grow wide.
Oh no.
Oh my, that's a pretty piece.
I only figured out how to put this on.
I mean, I could. It's sort of like, may I? Like, almost starts moving one of these giant mitts towards the bag.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. And it's gonna pull out whatever Chunky seemed to be wanting to look at.
Like, picks it up and just, like, eyes it. Holds it up, like, almost like, measuring visually. And says, yeah, it probably wouldn't fit right away. It would need some adjustments. Would you like me to help?
Could you?
I could try.
Oh, I've not been able to do it myself. I would love some help.
Well, it's gonna be hard to do yourself regardless. It's usually something, these kinds of things, like gesturing at the whole spiel, usually requires a friend to help you put it together.
Oh, yes. That's why one of the reasons I wanted to find Bear Bar, once I found out he was the one that made it.
Well, I could probably help out a bit. Like, some of these pieces, I'm not sure where they're supposed to go, but others are quite self-explanatory.
Oh, yes, tell me.
Well, and he goes into just explaining little bits about the armor and various, like, where pieces would attach. Because you're wearing what is considered mechanically as a chainmail, I believe.
Yeah, I kind of imagine that at the moment it's kind of just like some of the underpieces, like parts of the undersuit, and and maybe some of the loose.
So
plates.
he would show you that some of the straps attached to what you're wearing, how it would connect to some of the other loose pieces, and where they would attach. But they don't fit. Like, they're definitely not made for your body.
No, exactly.
But he says he could probably help you, like, do adjustments to make it fit.
I would be very appreciative.
I mean, it would take some time, and I'd have to take some measurements, and I'd probably have to charge you for the labor.
Mirelle has been listening, and as soon as he says charge, she's like, all right.
this is fancy stuff. I don't want to accidentally break anything. It'll take time. I'll have to be very careful. Maybe get some special tools. Well, looking at it, I'd probably have to ask for 6 gold pieces to figure some of this out, make the adjustments.
Oh, it's crying.
That is.
Oh.
But I will say, mechanically, this would give you the armor would like permanently change to a scale mail version, so it would get +1 AC because you are like protected well,
more properly. Yeah.
Yeah. Morel's gonna like visibly cringe at that and then just kind of look to Forrest and be like,
Forrest is just like, oh, I don't have any gold. I'm very sorry.
Forrest, is this going to help you find Eobard?
Well, I don't think it can tell me where Eobard is, but it can help me protect my friends like you.
And at that, she's just like, okay. She's like, I cover it.
Chris goes, look, I'll put a gold coin in as well.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Nice.
it's
Yes.
it's
And then
it's
you
okay
can-
though. I can be all right with this.
and this person looks like, oh shit, these people are about to back out a deal. I gotta do something. And I will say, looking on Forrest, just trying to convert mechanical aspects into role play. Looking at Forrest as someone who who's used to working with metal, does it look like Forrest needs the mobility of his armor?
Okay.
You're asking
Are
me?
you-
Like,
Yes. Like, does it look, if someone were to look at Forrest, does he look like he benefits from dexterity bonus to his armor class, basically?
oh, no, not in the slightest.
And he says, well, there's other adjustments I could do, cheaper. For 3 gold, I could do some other adjustments. They'll still be helpful. Please, I just really want to be able to tell someone I worked on a piece like this.
I will cover it, yes. Josie, with the lesser adjustments, like totally out of character, would that still give like Forrest what he needs, probably?
Yes.
His little +1.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, Morel will
This is
fish out.
3 gold.
Okay. Well, if Trish is doing one,
Just
Morel
still
will do
Chris,
the other.
Chris will do one.
Cool.
And Forrest is very like, oh no, you don't. It's okay. You don't need to like.
Forrest, we're doing it.
Well, thank you very much. I know you. I don't quite I know that's a lot. So. Because you just explained it to him the other day.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally this morning we
Yeah, it
explained
was
it.
just
like
this morning.
yeah.
He's like,
Earlier today.
he knows that contains a lot of the other coins.
Yeah. He sees how much you,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Morel works in silver, so he sees a lot of silver
Yeah.
coming out, and he goes, "Oh,
It would be 30 silver pieces. And
yeah.
Oh my
this
God.
Argor then says, well, it'll take some time. And he basically picks out a couple of pieces of the armor and says, I'd need to keep these pieces to adjust them. If I can take some measurements of you, sir. I haven't even asked your name. What's your name? I'm Argor.
What was it? Sorry?
Argor.
Argor. I'm Forrest Barkley.
Well, great to meet you, Forrest. This is an honor, I'll have you know.
Oh, thank you. Your family will be very proud, I'm sure of you.
That makes me feel good to hear. Actually, yeah. But it'll take me a day or two to get them properly fixed.
I think we said we were already staying a couple of nights from.
We will be here.
And I won't need your whole armor. Don't think I'm trying to con you or anything. Just these pieces need to be adjusted, and it should still help you.
Oh, sure, whatever you need.
Yeah, thank you. And you hand over some of these pieces and the money, and in 2 days, 2 days, 2 days time, your armor, rather than a chain shirt, will be considered a ring mail.
Whoa.
Nice.
Your AC goes up by 1, but you can no longer benefit from a dexterity modifier, and you have disadvantage on stealth checks.
I've already got that. That does not change a thing.
Perfect.
Using a chain shirt, that shouldn't be...
No, it's got disadvantage. I think all heavy armor has
No, it's
disadvantage.
chain... Oh, hold on. It's because it says chain mail. That's very different. Okay, that changes things a lot, actually. The fact that it's a chain mail, not a chain shirt.
Well, look, if he needs that 3 extra gold, like
You know what? We'll work it out. We'll have
fix
to
it
do
in
some
post.
housekeeping. We'll fix it in post. We'll do some
Fix it in
housekeeping. There may not be a mechanical benefit with that in mind, but I will add it as a stage of completion to your armor.
Sure.
So you're closer to the final product, at least.
Any step is a step.
Yes. Basically, if it turns out that we can't work it somehow, I'll just make a note and we'll deduct that from whatever price there would be for the next actual upgrade.
Okay.
cool.
As it's been partially fixed. But yes, so some of these pieces of the armor has to stay. Argor takes a few measurements, like brings out a tape measure, measures, and Forrest, you haven't met a lot of people as tall as you, and this person is definitely like a comfortable height compared to you, and is just casually taking measurements without having to stand on a step stool or ask you to lean down.
Mm-hmm.
You could just stand there.
Lovely.
Eventually, you all leave the shop. Are you headed towards the clothes store?
Yes. Well, Trish is.
Yeah,
First,
we're behind you.
while you're heading towards the next store, I would like to ask, what is Tinker Slobber Snout up to?
Oh, what isn't he up to? You all remember last time he said that. No, actually, I was wondering if Tinker could use this time to work on one of his infusions.
Yes!
Ooh.
Great.
Yeah.
Tinker is tinkering.
Tinker.
We
Nice,
love
Tinker.
our Tinker Tinkers.
So he's been thinking about the last fight, and he was kind of frustrated that like, you know, he had this perfect shot on one of the tendril leeches, and it just and while he absolutely nailed the shot, he nailed it too well and went straight through the hole on the tendril leech that was already made. So he's wondering, he's trying to think of a way that he can like fire his crossbow a little bit faster, or just have it just be a more, you know, just refine its design, make it more useful. So he's actually going to infuse his crossbow with the repeating shot infusion.
Oh, nice.
And essentially what that does is it makes it gives it a +1 to attack and damage rolls with it. First of all. Yep. And it ignores the loading property if it had it.
Nice.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So that's just that's what he's gonna do. So like what the description says is that you just touch the item and it infuses it with magic. But Tinker's not about that sort of thing. So he spends the entire afternoon. He takes apart the crossbow. He compares it with other drawings of crossbows he's made in his little book. and he just spends a lot of time sort of just refining the build of the crossbow.
Just anyone who might have been able to see into the room that may just see like paper scattered all across the floor, like you've taken apart everything just like laid out. Does it say specifically that your weapon becomes magical?
It does say this magic weapon grants a +1 bonus, so it does
It
turn
is
it into a
+1
magical weapon.
magical
Yes.
Because otherwise, because that means that you can ignore if something is resistant to non-magical.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. So
Going
yeah,
from
Gotta get a license
non-magical
for
to
that
magical
thing,
is-
sonny
it's a big
boy.
deal. It's good.
he also, if there's a few like other like contraptions within the room that have any form of moving parts or springs, he probably took those apart as well to compare different sort of like different pieces, different like angles. He doesn't put any of them back together. He just takes them apart and just makes a general mess of the entire room.
Room service is gonna hate us.
Well,
It's gonna be
I'm
charged
actually
to our
just-
credit bill.
That's on Trish's tab. Not mine. Not mine.
Basically, ignoring the loading property means that if you had the extra attack feature, you could shoot multiple times.
Yes, that's right. He does not have that.
Yeah.
But just for the future, because you could still do this to a weapon and hand it to someone else.
Correct. Yeah. So Tinker will have to attune to this weapon as well.
Now, I will ask, you do technically have 2 infusions. Are you only doing 1?
He can if you're allowing him to do the other.
Because they don't actually take a lot of time. I love your description, but they're going to be gone for a while. So if Tinker's working on multiple projects...
Yeah, well, I actually hadn't thought of what the other one, because I've got a few. I've got a couple.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, like give me a couple minutes. I'll think about it.
Have a thumb.
I
Have a
love that
thumb.
you're like planning out his projects in advance. That's so cool.
No, that's I love the description as well. Just wonderful. But back in Steel Town, the group, you walk by what looks like several little shops. There's a cafe. You walk by what looks like an accessory store. You walk by a larger building that is both wide and high that has the Higher House and Hotel written on it. And it looks quite nice. And then eventually you come to a large department store that's called Clarissa's. With clothes. And you can see there's a lot of people in there. There's families, there's some teenagers, there's like it seems to be a big like street floor shop that is just various. You can see there's like different collections hanging up. You can see there are different like very, very similar pieces of clothing in different sizes hanging on like hanging next to each other.
Yep.
Just this looks like the store where you would not only be able to pick out a dress, but maybe an entire outfit. They do have a sign though that says no tailoring service like available.
Might be hard to find your size, Forrest, but we can give it a go.
You do see they have a section called large. Where it just says the word large, and there's a picture of what looks like a dwarf with like a braided beard, short like buzzed hair, who's wearing what looks like a tunic but with a popped collar and a pair of like very short working shorts with lots of pockets and tools, and it's just like posing.
Okay.
So they seem to have a section that could fit.
Alright. Trish goes in and starts looking for dresses. Just beelines the streets for dresses.
Yeah, they definitely have a section. The dresses, it looks like summer dresses specifically, or like light dresses, are currently on sale.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Any like
And
ball
they got a
gowns?
big. It looks like a lot of people right now are in here shopping for what looks like heavier coats or umbrellas, boots that are water resistant.
Mm.
I wonder why that is.
Well, you do know that there's about 2 weeks until the rains start.
Yeah.
The rains.
The ring.
There is an entire season for it.
Trish just starts going through the dresses and sort of like going morale, going this one. Like she's got like 6 dresses out, gone.
Oh, Morella's very overwhelmed. Because I think I need to ask Josie. Morella wouldn't really know the fashion over here. She's from like way over like Fishertown. Like she doesn't really. So they all look fine to her. She's like,
yeah, where you're from, everyone just wear whatever's practical.
Yeah. So she's kind of like thinking about the movement and like, oh, but can you kick in that? You know, like, oh, it's
Can you
like the
run?
Wonder Woman scene where she's like trying to squat in the dress. She's like, well, you can't kick in it, so it's not good.
I mean, I could do a kick while I'm dancing, do a bit of a twirl and kick.
Right.
You do also see very clearly that whenever Trish is in between 2 aisles of clothing and she turns around, there's like an invisible something just shuffles all of the clothes hanging.
Yeah.
I will ask Trish to make an investigation check.
All right, let's go.
Please have a good one, because I don't know how to help you.
That
then
was
the only
not
other
a
option
good one.
Oh,
That's-
no.
Oh, no.
No.
I used
That's a
that
natural
22
one.
soon.
Yep.
Oh,
You
no.
you look around and the kind of dresses you're looking for, either they're like in a bargain section where there's no alternatives to sizes and nothing really fits you, and you find nothing tailored to, shall we say, your physique. Well, it's like, because you have to look for something with a low back or an open back as well. But it also needs to have a high waist because you have like different legs and a tail. They just don't seem to cater to that type here. You feel like you might have to go to somewhere. Like, you could probably find something here, but it may not be as good looking as you wanted it. It would be a very put together outfit, like that's just like thrown together.
Can Morel have a look just for fun?
Morel can for sure have a look.
Yeah, what was that, investigation? Okay. Yeah.
What is Forrest doing while there?
Oh, not much better.
It's not a natural one.
What would he be doing in a clothing store? I think he would sort of just be, like, basically the kid accompanying his mum in a clothing store.
Less and less.
Like it's
just minus the hiding in the clothing section.
Yeah, they're just there and out of their element and looking a bit uncomfortable and not quite knowing what they should be doing and looking around for something that might be interesting or eye-catching or something like that.
Yeah, I will say make a perception check.
Sure. That's an 8.
That's an 8. That's still the best one so
That is
far.
the best one so far.
That's the best shopping roll we've had today. So you see over again in the section designed for people of your size. There is what looks to be. You just see them and they look very familiar. And you can see what is clearly of arbormancy craft, these pristine wooden clogs.
You
So-
gotta get this.
Pixar's
Just
like,
these
oh.
gorgeous clogs, and they have, at first glance you're like, oh, they have these beautiful little leaf designs on them. No, it's actual leaves growing on them, like at the front. Like, there's a
Oh.
large oak leaf where you might have shoelaces on a normal shoe,
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
and they look like they would be just your size. While that's happening, Mirel, you manage to help out Trish. Maybe not so much in like actually finding a good outfit, but giving advice, being like, well, if you pair it with this, or if you're open to cutting it up here, or if we
Or
can
like,
find
what is your
someone-
favorite color? Kind of that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's helping Trish find something that could be usable.
Okay.
But it's still not like the perfect outfit. But with the two of you together, also like thinking outside the box, maybe Trish was very tunnel visioned on a specific
Yeah.
look, and
Yep.
Mirel just comes in with some, some. Little
I think that would be the case because
Yeah. Well, possible. Yeah.
because Trish doesn't want to stand out too much. But
Yeah, so whereas Trish would have been like, oh, this dress. And then
Yeah.
Mirel might come in and be like, well, if you take this top and this skirt instead, you could, and you add a belt, it'll look like a dress, and you still get the vibe.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep, I reckon that's how we're going to choose the outfit. Definitely.
Cool.
Is Mirel getting any clothes or just looking?
No, she might glance at the rain section, the rainy gear section. And she may have a glance at like traveling clothes, or like practical stuff, but she probably wouldn't be looking for dresses. Despite
do-
Trish's insisting.
They do have a section that is very much like somewhere in between practical clothing and nice clothing. It's like, oh, here's attachment pockets, or here's
I
a
like pockets.
I do love pockets. Or here's a here's a shirt that's a little bit more heat resistant, or you might find like what is the equivalent of workout clothes, like these can take a lot of wear and tear, or these won't. Here's a material that specifically doesn't stain when you sweat in it.
Okay, workout. Okay, workout clothes. We're there. Yeah. Would they have something like in black?
Yeah, for sure.
GF style. Cool. Okay. And would they have like a little, I don't know, like a little face mask or something?
They have a little section of like cheap tin masks or like nickel masks, but they're very cheaply made.
So nothing to stop the smell or anything. Like if they go back in the sewers, nothing to.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
and
That's
it's more like just like cover for the eyes.
nothing
yeah,
like
yeah.
on the nose and mouth. Okay, that's what I was
No.
thinking. Cool. That is fine. Do they have any handkerchiefs or bandanas?
They do. Yeah, they do.
Also in black, because I'm a little.
They do have a lot specifically in like black and browns.
Perfect.
Probably because so no one can see if it's like stained.
Perfect. Yeah, she will actually pick up a bandana and those like little practical clothes thingies.
And if you were to ask about masks, they would point you to like across the street. There's more like a hardware store where they have more like
Oh.
actual filtered masks for using like when working with a grinder or like just fumes.
Oh, okay. She would still get the bandana, but she might pop over there. Yep. Cool.
I'll say the bandana costs you 2 copper pieces.
Okay.
And Trish, your outfit altogether costs you 2 silver and 2 copper. No, not 2 silver, sorry. 1 silver, 2 copper. But then you have like a full put together outfit with accessories.
Sweet. Love it.
What does the workout clothes, for lack of a better word. What do they cost?
They seem to be about 15 copper pieces per item.
Cool. Getting those.
Trish goes, no, you help me choose this outfit. I'll get this for you. And pays that.
Okay.
And
First money,
when you're like done with your shopping, you have these little mesh net bags almost.
Yep.
And you look around and you see Forrest is just holding a wooden clog over in the dwarf section of the store.
Oh.
Kind of just cluck cluck.
And Morel will come up by his elbow, probably scaring him a little bit, and just go, "Do you like them?"
They're fairly well made. It's kind of somewhat like your bard used to do. He made lots of things out of sticks.
Would you like them?
Oh, no. That's all.
All right. And she just takes them from him and goes to pay for them at the cash register.
You walk up and they are 18 copper pieces.
Oh, that's not terrible. I thought you were going to say 18 silver and I was going to cry.
These people out here flashing their cash and thinking
Yeah,
there's 2 silvers to his name.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's like, I've
Sorry,
got 2
4
days
silvers.
to make money or I'm on the streets.
Yes.
uh,
And then she'll kind of wordlessly give them back to him and be like,
Clack, clack.
you do make a very satisfying, like, clacking sound when you put them together. Like with the hollow clogs, especially.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Book, book. There's like a...
Yeah,
start doing
I'm
the
assuming there's
thing,
like
having
it's
them-
like all wood and there's no rubber
it's all
soling
wood.
or anything
No,
like
there's
that. Yeah.
none. And you maybe you start doing the thing where you're clicking them differently because they make different, like, sounds.
In different spots. Yeah.
yeah.
Click click clock clock clock. Dunk dunk dunk. Yeah.
I love
Just
it.
like tapping them on everything as you're walking.
He would, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you exit the store now with some outfits. Mirel, did you want to go to the hardware store?
I did. I just wanted to see if there was something that would stop fumes.
I will say you can definitely. It's a bit costly.
How
Fine.
costly?
It is 2 silver for one of these, like, sort of high duty masks.
Yeah.
But
Does it
I
like,
don't
is it like a mouth and nose kind of gas
Yeah,
mask
it's
thing?
a full thing with like almost like a visible filter situation, and it will give you +1 to saving throws against like inhaled things.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we want that. Yep, that's
sounds pretty
that's
good.
definitely what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was 2 silver. Yeah. I'm extracting all this later, so I'll just perfect.
But it's only +1 to like inhaled toxins, fumes,
Mm,
things like that.
cool. Yeah, she'll get it just in case.
I mean, if you go into a stinky sewer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
It was very
do a big
stinky,
difference.
so
So we're gonna, as the party comes out of their stores, they've got some shopping done, starting to discuss what to do next. Back in Casa Tinker.
positive Tinker.
Oh,
What
what is
is
Oh
happening?
man.
what isn't happening? That's my new catchphrase whenever we go.
Yeah,
by
what
the
is
way.
it?
What?
Yeah.
So-
I'm like imagining that he's taken the bed frame apart at
It's
this point.
funny you say that actually, because he's now gone around and anything actually like what is he wearing?
Any screws that he
Any
can get his
screws.
hands on.
No,
he's
no,
just,
no,
like,
so-
unscrewing everything.
How would you say there's much like leather or cloth that's been like sort of furnished into like different items, like different furniture and stuff like that? Would you say there's much of that around
Very
the room?
little leather.
Very
Very
little
little
leather?
leather. There's some
Right.
cheap cloth in here. And there's some like, because the only cloth there's like the curtains, the bed sheets,
right,
like the pillowcase, the duvet,
right.
maybe on one table, because you do have the fancier room. Maybe there's
Yeah,
like a cloth or a doily on a table.
Okay, all right. Well, he would have started
There's
with
also towels. Like
towels.
reusable
Okay,
towels.
all right. Well, he would have started with like investigating the seams and the stitching and all that sort of stuff. He probably would have torn apart a few of them. Probably the fanciest looking, just because he would make sense. That's where the best stitching is. But
Probably.
he would have gone out of the room in search of anything that's like furnished together in leather. Like he would have started searching through the inn. Any door that would be unlocked, he probably would have poked his head in. He's looking for something that's been put together that's mostly leather. I don't know. Like,
Okay, make an investigation check.
excellent.
Do
And
they
if
have
you're
a
trying to be
stables or
sneaky,
anything?
a stealth check.
Oh, he's not trying to be sneaky, not at all.
Okay.
That is a
He just
13.
does it, and I love it.
The 13. You find some really good stitching. Like you're nosing around, you come into the tavern, you look around, and then you see gorgeous stitching on leather. On the leather duster of a pale-skinned man. Who's just looking down at you.
Tinker gets right up to it with his monocle and goes, "Oh, the stitching on this is marvelous."
Oh, okay. Can I help you?
Yes. Do you mind if I just have a little bit of a look at all this?
Just a look?
Well, yes. And then Tinker brings over a chair because he can't lift it. He's a tiny kobold. He drags over a chair and he hops onto the chair, pulls out his little notepad, and he starts writing and
You do
drawing.
this while I work?
Work? What do you do for work?
I'm an accountant.
Well, yes. I mean, I'm just going to sit here and write. Is that a problem?
Yeah, well, I gotta go. Okay, well, I'm gonna sit over there.
No. I've got to be close. I need to look at the stitching.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need to sit over there,
Okay.
and you can also sit there, I guess.
Okay. All right. Sit
Just
where you
don't-
need to sit.
Just don't bother me, please.
I'm not.
Okay, great. And he just hangs the coat on the back of a chair, sits down, and like from a bag takes a few like notebooks and what looks like some form of like ledger, and he just starts like writing things in a
So
book.
hold on. He's left Tinker alone with the leather duster.
Well, it's like on the back of his chair that he's sitting on.
Right.
Do it. Oh no.
The back of his chair
Oh,
The back of his
no.
chair
sitting on.
that he's sitting on.
Okay.
Ah.
I knew there was gonna be a dice roll.
It's a dark urge.
It's the impulsive thoughts.
It is the impulsive thoughts. You're right. No one's got it.
Yeah.
So he when he's certain no one's looking, he just pokes it really quickly with a little drop
Make a sleight of hand check.
with a bit of saliva.
Oh my god.
17.
17. You like put your like a claw on your tongue and you're about to poke, and then you just like a hand comes back and just like shoves the duster away. So it's like now leaning and says no.
Oh, well, you're no fun. And he steps his bookshelf, goes back up to his room, and then with all of this new knowledge he's gained on leatherworks and stitching, he is going to infuse his leather armor as armor of magical strength.
Oh.
So
Nice, very
essentially, this adds a few charges to this item, so this leather armor, and he can add his intelligence modifier to a strength check or a strength saving throw if he expends a charge. Also, as a reaction, when he is knocked down, the wearer can expend a charge to not be knocked down. Not knocked prone, sorry.
He gets knocked down, but he
He's
doesn't.
got a built-in defibrillator.
That's it.
I
that's
like it.
So his
Or
armor
is it knocked prone or knocked out?
knocked prone. Sorry, I should have said.
Okay, yeah.
My bad. Yeah, so there you go. He has successfully completed his 2 infusions.
Or is it just that he stuck springs in the back of it, so he gets knocked down, he just doing?
Well, you'll have to wait till he's knocked over again and find out.
We'll just have to find
I
out.
can see
Yeah.
him doing that.
Yeah.
But yes, wherever Tinker is gone, within that inn you will find some form of torn apart fabric, leather, or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
Because he had to go look for it. He had to find some. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, they are for sure. When all of you return, Trish, since you paid for the rooms, basically, I think it was.
Yep.
The proprietor says, excuse me. Here, and just hands you a bill for damages. It's 8 copper pieces.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Your little friend kept like taking everything apart.
He's putting none of it back together.
A grumpy little gnome with the ginger hair is currently like sitting and like putting a chair back together.
Oh my god.
And it's just like
Morel like face palms with her mask.
Trish sort of sits right next to Tinker, and like
Tinker's in his room, so you've come up to you've come over to his room.
Come into the room, sits right next to you. It doesn't matter. Trish just goes, "Look what I have here," and shows you the bill.
Forrest, you look into the room and you knew that you were supposed to sleep in there, but there's definitely nowhere to sleep anymore.
Oh, no.
Everything's just a massive mess. The bed is torn up and torn apart. And you swear you like if you had left anything behind, you're quite certain Tinker's at least poked a nose in it.
Yeah, he would have poked a nose into it, but he wouldn't have broken anyone else's that he knows stuff.
That's lovely
he's
of
got
him.
Standards, all right.
Oh yeah, he's not a monster.
Not a monster.
The vibe here is yes, definitely. Like you left the dog home alone, and you come back and it's all torn up.
And he's like looking very pleased with himself.
Tinker, bad.
I was experimenting.
You made a mess of everything. You should have go and apologize.
Yes, because look at this bill that I now have to pay.
What do you mean you have to pay?
Well, are you going to pay it?
No. But you don't have to pay it either.
You got to do the right thing here.
Oh, so you're lecturing me on the right thing to do, huh?
Well,
since when did you become the worldly knowledgeable one, huh?
Well, when did
When you get left in the hole, huh?
Trish is taking some big, deep breaths here, just. And she goes to talk, and she stands up and just walks out. She walks out straight downstairs to pay the bill.
Oh.
So what was it? 8?
8 copper pieces.
That's what I thought.
What time would it be roughly?
Well, it is 2:30.
All right, so Trish is gonna go look for that stall that was recommended to her. So she's been annoyed with Tinker again, and yeah, she's paid the bill and she's walked off into the city by herself and go and look for this stall that was recommended.
Yeah. It takes you some time. I'm gonna ask: is anyone gonna follow?
It
Not unless
depends.
asked,
If
really.
Action is still there working, maybe not.
Yes, he is sitting
Definitely there. Okay, well, depending on how long this conversation goes, I will see. Probably if it's done, then yes. If it's not done, then see you, Trish. Yeah.
If what's not done, sorry.
Oh, the conversation that Morel is forcing upon Action at this very moment. She did not follow everyone upstairs. She beelined to
Okay,
him.
no, if you're still down here, you can have this conversation while this is taking place.
Perfect. How many other people are in the inn? I mean, the tavern.
There's not a lot of like patrons right now, but you do see the same woman standing behind the bar. and you see Action sitting with not like a pile of books like last time. Now it's like he's sitting with a ledger and he's just taking notes in a notepad.
Nice. And Mirel kind of clucks the person behind the bar and then looks to him and just absolutely beelines it. Yep. Does not give him a chance to say no. She just pulls up a chair and sits down right next to him. And
Yeah,
like
and as
with a
soon as
hand
you,
on the
like-
table to like block his exit.
Yeah, as soon as you scrape like the chair from the table, he just puts his pen down and closes the ledger and looks up. Yes.
I have some questions for you.
Go ahead.
I take it you do not like the guards. I am not a guard.
You're very clearly not a guard, and it's not that simple. But sure. Short version, no, I don't like the guards.
But you do know your way around this neighborhood.
Yes.
Do you know your way around the sewers?
He narrows his eyes at you.
And she just crosses her arms.
Why?
Because I am trying to ask you how much it would cost to have a tour guide who does not ask questions.
Mm.
Wait! And she holds up the finger. Are you strong?
That's a strange question.
Do I look very strong? I think you can see what I'm getting.
I can handle myself. I saw
Alright.
what you did.
She narrows. She kind of like leans back at that. She's
With,
like,
and he's like shying, like he's trying to not say it, but he goes like, "We're gonna go down there anyway. Do you want to come along? I guess."
yes, but for a different reason.
What kind of reason?
And she kind of looks around to see if anyone's listening. Is anyone like?
Make a perception check.
Oh, okay, okay. She would not know if anyone's listening or not.
She has no clue.
She has no clue. No, she's kind of looking
No
around,
clue.
assuming no one. Still will lower her voice because, like, this is obviously very. Is she paranoid enough? Yeah, she is paranoid. She is paranoid enough to ask if there is somewhere they can talk in private.
Make a persuasion check.
Mm,
Ooh.
please have a better.
We
Oh my
got- we gotta
god!
have
No,
some
she's not very
non-single digits.
persuasive. She's terribly not persuasive.
Oh no.
He leans back this time, crosses his arms, and says, "This is private enough."
All right. And she'll lean forward, put her arms on the table, lower her voice, and just say, "So, these leeches. I yelled at one today, and he got back in the hole, and I was thinking I would bring him to the ocean."
Well, okay, sorry, did I catch that right? You wanna
I want
take the
to
leech to the
bring
ocean?
him and any others to the ocean.
You wanna lead them through the
And
city
it would
streets?
No. That's why the closest sewer to the. I was hoping you would know your way, and we could get them out of there, and
I
maybe
know
we wouldn't
my
have
way
to
around
fight
some
them.
of them, but they've been shut off for a reason, you know.
Is it not just the leeches?
I mean, there are more than leeches down there. There's a reason they were, sealed.
Are you going to tell me that the reason? Because you can kind of tell that I'm a traveler.
It's bad down there. I don't know what else to tell you. There things, things.
Things. Yes, that is very descriptive.
What do you want me to tell you?
I just want you
Story
to...
of the city of Hague.
It would be nice.
Fine.
Oh, yeah.
What I remember.
Lord!
200 years ago, a bunch of people gathered in one spot and decided
Rel just like puts her.
place to build a settlement. Is that what you want to hear?
If that is going to get you to tell me what is wrong with the sewers, then yes.
There's the sewers. There's nothing inherently wrong with the sewers just being where they are. The problem is that the sewer is filled with magical sewage that makes things bad.
I see.
And it's also got a... Look, it hasn't been cleaned out in a while, and I really don't want to have to think about... It's just bad, okay? Like, I'll be going down there, and if you want to come along, or if your friends want to come along, then you gotta keep it quiet. You won't get paid for this one. This would not be the city thing. We're doing it because they're not gonna give a shit about the sewers in the commons. They're only gonna clear out the ones in the other parts of town.
All right. Well, if you find a leech and I am there, let me know. I'll see what I can do. They don't like yelling.
Make a
Okay.
persuasion.
I mean, it can't be worse, right?
It can't be.
Fuck yes!
So he says, "Sure. If it looks like you got it handled, I won't butt in.
Yes. Ah, those 19s when it
And you
counts.
gotta
baby.
make me a deal.
Ooh.
And she's listening.
If you see any gremlins, kill them.
Gremlin, what is...
Just
All right.
they're like tiny little people, and they're bad.
You want me to
Real-
kill people?
They're not real people. They're not real people.
They're
They're
real people. Why are you scared then? They're not real.
no. They're not scary. They're annoying, and I don't want any of them to get out of the sewers. And they don't really die. They just turn into dust and dirt, and then they come back. Just swat them away.
All right, so if I kill them, it's not
You know the
really
expression dust
killing-
bunny? Imagine a dust bunny became a real bunny, and when you smack it, it goes back to being a dust bunny.
All right. And you're sure it doesn't hurt them too much?
At this point, I don't care.
Okay. And she holds her hand out,
Like as in trying to
like
shake
as in
it.
a deal. Like, yeah, like a handshake.
It says, "We're going tonight."
What
And he
time?
shakes your hand.
Oh, perfect.
It says, "After dark."
Okay. Yep. And then she will if she sees Trish coming down, she'll kind of slide out before Trish can notice that she's been.
Yeah, Trish comes down. Trish, you walk over to the counter, you pay your bill, and as you pay the bill, this person behind the counter then steps out from behind the bar, walks over and puts it on the table in front of Action, and he's like, "Well, as you can see, I need to get back to work."
And Morel will follow Trish, wherever she wants to go.
Yep, Trish is gonna go to that specialty store.
Okay. Up in the room, what is Tinker and Forrest doing? The last thing we heard here was Forrest yelling, "Bad!"
How would Tinker try to? How would Forrest try to convince Tinker to clean up?
Would he?
Or even would he?
Yeah, I don't know. But I guess, we'll just play it out, I suppose. It'd probably be like, Tinker, we're supposed to sleep in here.
What do you mean? I can sleep just fine. I can sleep on that pile over there, and you can. Well, we could. Wow, I really did do a number on this room, didn't I? I'm actually kind of proud of myself.
Your friend Trish was very kind in giving us somewhere to sleep tonight.
Oh, I assure you, she's only doing it because she has to.
Why would she have to?
Oh, I don't know. Politics.
I don't know what that means, Tinker.
And I don't like what it means. But if I give you a place to sleep tonight, would that be all right?
Well, yes, that would be nice.
Good. What would Tinker have to roll to fashion a bed out of everything he's torn apart?
To refashion a bed.
Yep.
He's just gonna try to.
He's going to try and make
taking apart the
I-
IKEA bed frame
Yes,
and he's trying to put it together with missing pieces
And no instructions.
No
Yeah.
instructions.
I
not-
hope he rolls a nat 20 because this will be amazing.
I will ask, what?
He did
Tool
take it apart, so I
proficiencies
guess he
do
would
you
have
have?
some idea, right?
What proficiencies?
Tool proficiencies
Oh,
should
tool
be in your bottom
proficiencies.
left.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Your-
Alchemist supplies. He has a dice set, thieves' tools,
Okay.
and tinker's tools.
Okay. I'll say it would be a dexterity check, but you do get to add your proficiency.
Nice.
Okay. All right. You on
Because
dexterity?
you are proficient in Tinker's tools.
Okay. How would I add that proficiency? Or is it just?
You will roll the dice and just add to whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
In our heads, we will envision
well.
there's another
About that.
about that. So
Pretty good bed.
Tinker turns around, moves an old wooden leg from something to the side. Everything crashes down into a pile, and somehow all the fabric items end up in one place within a somehow broken rectangle of wood, and looks very proud of himself. And that's where we're gonna end for today.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Job well
Good job,
done.
Tinker.
Job well done.
Good job.
Good
Well
job,
done.
Tinker.
Good job. Well
So
done.
with that, the session is officially over. Any of our lovely players that need to go, you can do so. I'll be here for another couple of minutes to do that. Little end of the game talks. How are we feeling?
Feeling great.
Good.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah?
A little sleepy,
time.
but good.
A little sleepy.
I'm glad I finally got to bring those infusions out because we didn't really have
Yeah.
a spot for Tinker to stop and work on
No,
it. This
I
time.
was
That was really fun
I was
to
gonna
see.
ask, but you got it in really well.
I have two more. Do we all want to hear what the other two that
Ah, I would
Tinker
love to know
selected
what
are?
you-
Yeah, and
what you
if you
got?
want to share, I'd love to.
you can only have 2 active, I believe, but you have a repertoire.
Yeah, you can only have 2 active. It's kind of weird how
They're like learned spells almost.
yes,
It's
yeah.
like you have the recipes for 4, but you can only have 2 at the time out.
That's right, and he can swap and change them. Well, he can't really swap and change them. It's kind of like he has to get new items. I've got to read a bit more into it and how exactly it works.
Yeah, from
Artificers are
memory,
definitely lots of reading.
from memory, it's something along the lines of you can just do a new one after X amount of, like, I think after a long rest, maybe you can make another
It's
2.
2 per long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the ones over your limit, previous ones just become that no
Mundane.
longer function.
Okay, right. Well, that works. then.
Also, if you make an item that requires attunement, you can choose to immediately attune to it upon
Yes,
creation.
which Tinker has done for both his items. But yeah, so aside from the armor of magical strength and the repeating shot, which I think those were sort of like weaknesses of his that were highlighted very recently, so that's why his tinkering kind of led him in that direction. But the other 2 he has readied up are enhanced arcane focus, which just gives him a bonus to spell attack rolls, and to ignore half cover when making a spell attack. And I was thinking of putting that on his monocle, which I thought would be kind of fun.
That would be really cool.
And then the last one is it's probably the only other one that at level 2 kind of that sounded all right. Tinker absolutely wants a homunculus servant to be able to do little things, little tasks for him. But he doesn't have any gems worth 100 gold, so that's not happening for a while.
No, he needs
Yeah.
more.
Well,
Gold in this
I mean, we
economy?
can keep our eyes out,
It's-
definitely.
You need,
We
it's
can
an
steal
expensive
some from
one.
the
Man,
next
you know,
one's
I
the
hadn't
second
even
Tinker merchant.
considered the ramifications of a low, of like a low, gold economy, right? With these arcane components that are like
True.
500 gold, 2,000 gold for a single spell. Like,
Yeah.
Some of them will definitely be adjusted as well. But there are going to be items that have the stamped on value, like as written in the books, just to showcase like how expensive or rare they may be.
yeah.
But a lot of mundane things will have been like dropped down 1 currency value essentially.
Cool.
Yeah.
We do have questions.
We love
How would
questions.
Lami
Good.
react to action comparing gremlins to dust bunnies? I feel like Lami also doesn't like it, the gremlins.
Do we know Lami? Who's Lami?
In this reference, Lami is the little rabbit girl.
The bunny.
who also-
Oh, the Bunbarian.
The
The
Bunbarian.
Bunbarian. Bunbarian, yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's cute.
There's a question. What is the comparative tech level of this world? Seems almost early industrial age. Yes, but only in this city. This city is like the city of mechanical, like, ingenuity. They're all about, instead of magic, they are doing scientific, like, exploring. But most of the world is fairly like fantasy trope standard medieval.
Right.
Maybe a little bit higher. There's like some semblance of industry on this continent specifically. There's just a little more. Like
There's
where Forest
definitely-
originates from is very much like Lord of the Rings, like the Shire, basically.
That's cute.
Yeah. But I do get the impression that there's definitely a fair amount of steampunk level kind of tech around,
Yes.
right?
Yes, but most of it is like from or centered around this particular area
Yeah.
that you're in.
Yeah.
Because the party had the choice to travel in other directions in session 2.
That's
It would have been very different if you had gone.
Ankh-Mork is a good.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
a
really
good
glad we
one, yeah.
stayed, though. You know.
Like Ankh-Mork?
I love. Yeah, Discworld.
What?
Huh?
Oh,
It's a Discworld.
I don't know
reference.
enough. I know
Oh.
about Discworld, but not enough to get that reference.
I get it.
I don't get it.
I do not get
I
it.
don't get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I feel like we were basically being interviewed by Sam Grimes essentially.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
It was great.
He's just a lion guy.
I
he's
honestly
working-
thought that you were just making a pun, and I was like, I love
No,
it. But and then
wasn't.
it turns out I've played myself.
You got played.
I got played.
Oh my
by
God.
myself.
You're the lion guy.
Speaking of
definitely.
getting played,
Oh,
I
no.
still can't believe that Tinker was the only one who got to listen in to the conversation.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think Forrest even tried though. He was just
No, no.
Forrest
No.
didn't have.
I mean, why
like,
would he
yeah.
have? Like, they're just
Yeah.
like. There's
There's
sort
no
of,
incentive for
Yeah,
Forrest.
there's
He's
no
such,
incentive.
He's such
No.
an
He's not a-
honest little boy.
Yeah.
And Morel was like curious, but also not that curious, you know, like she's not if her mask's uncomfortable and then she
Yeah.
saw the guy, she's like, oh, maybe I can clear this up. Or at least spin it a different way.
Mm.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, it was not. I want to be clear here. I think you think that Morel is doing a lot of nice things, but I assure you that they are not selfless.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
all, it's
How much
all for
money
self-preservation.
Do we owe Maria?
Yeah, no, you don't owe money. It's just like, you know, if she has the chance to be like, oh no, Trish would never do magic, then there's like no suspicion on the whole group, which could reflect poorly on her. So at this moment in time, she's still looking out for number one, you know?
Mm.
Just
Yeah.
also bringing you along with her. Mhm.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
there's very interesting because I'm gonna make sure the in-game clock doesn't go any further.
Oh,
So
good.
in-game,
yes.
we are now mid-afternoon as we've wrapped up, and come evening, Trish wanted to go to the ball, but Mirelle has now signed up for a late-night sewer excursion.
Mm.
Morel was never
Will
going to the ball.
we-
Morel was going to pass
Will
Forrest.
we split the party?
Oh.
Oh!
That's gonna be interesting
shit.
We should never
because
split the party.
Am I going to be stuck at the ball? God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Trish
Poor
and
Forrest.
Forrest end up at the ball. Tinker and Mirelle in the sewers.
Drag
knows,
around
maybe-
shopping
maybe-
all day.
maybe
get
Tinker will
home,
go to
don't have
the,
a bed.
ball.
Tinker could go to maybe they can make up and be friends again because there's a
Oh,
lot
I
of
don't know.
tension.
I don't know.
I don't know.
A lot
I don't know
of-
about
I don't
that.
know.
I don't know what you guys heard.
Tinker heard some things that
Oh.
he
And-
probably didn't want to hear.
Oh,
And
no.
Trish found out more than she probably wanted to about Tinker.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I just look. This was just a point of how the two of them designed their backstories,
I love that,
and
and I
me
love that
just
we don't know
taking that
anything.
and putting it in front of the two of them, and
Yeah.
like just seeing the two of them go like, "Oh shit, this person did this. This person did this."
Oh my gosh, that's so fun though.
I just because I did so very little. I just took the backstories I was handed and was like, "What if I serve them each other's?"
What if they met in the middle of Hague? The backstories, that is.
No, I just, it was just really good.
Yeah, it was perfect.
it was also due to certain events. Like, I'll be honest, that wouldn't have happened if Trish hadn't just been the biggest
Trish.
mess.
The biggest mess.
She has
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I don't want to stand out.
I don't want to stand out.
Stand
Unlicensed
out.
magic. Unlicensed magic. Unlicensed magic.
Also, the whole going
Oh, I
through
love
the
it so
security check, like, no, I have rights.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Wink if I should kill everyone. Like,
wink if I should put him to sleep. And Morel's just like,
Don't wink, don't wink, don't wink, don't wink, don't wink.
your like eyes are just bleeding from keeping them open. Like,
I can't.
I can't blink. She might think it's on a signal.
Yeah. So I just felt it was just pertinent that information trickled their way to certain places.
It was perfect. I loved it.
Trickled all the way down to Tinker.
Mhm.
Which is
All the
not
way down to
perfect.
Tinker. I feel like anyone overhearing it except for Tinker would have had a very different outcome.
I'm very excited to know more, but
Oh,
I
man,
don't
I
want to watch
wanna
the VOD
know.
because I want it to come to me naturally.
Would you say you wanted to come to you naturally within 30 sessions?
And
I see what you were going
Well
for
done.
there.
Well done. That was a good one.
I just
That
realized
was
like
good.
if I'm gonna be at a ball in full armor, but like just wearing wooden clogs.
Yep. And that's what you're gonna do. That's
Yeah,
absolutely what I'm
if I
sending
was
you in.
noisy before in heavy armor,
It's gonna
now
be
there's
good.
clogs.
I just. Yeah. Well, people. Do we have any other questions? Otherwise, I think it's time for us to run off. Orby, you look like you've hit a wall.
I have hit a wall, but I'm not working tomorrow, so I'm doing my best I can.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I see.
It's public holiday for us tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Is it
well,
There you go.
congratulations.
for us too? No.
No,
not
just
for us.
Queensland.
Oh,
Wow.
well. No.
You guys already had your Labor Day.
Oh, is that
True.
okay? Yeah. No.
We
True.
did. We did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, I suppose.
Holiday for Laura as well. Holidays for
Yeah.
everybody.
Holidays
You know
for
what?
everyone.
Everyone listening, whether you're listening to the VOD or listening to us live, you get a holiday tomorrow. Tell your boss that the natural 30s
Oh,
day is
shit.
okay. You get a holiday.
Please.
I
I'm
mean,
taking
you
that. and I'm
deserve
running
it
with it.
regardless.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I do have a holiday coming up next week.
See?
Not
I
tomorrow.
feel very
Oh,
left
during
out.
the week.
Okay.
Oh, I would have said I
I
just
think it's like Thursday or something.
I mean, that's
to get
like
off.
tomorrow. I mean, eventually it'll be tomorrow.
Eventually it'll be tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed now. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I've got this, and then I'm like, I really don't.
I don't.
Wow.
Alrighty, nighty all.
See you, Obi.
I don't.
Good night. Have a holiday Thursday. Correct, Pabor. Oh, I am looking forward to next week. I hate when the sessions are over because I'm having so much fun, everyone.
It's so good. So good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think, dear audience, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for the big raiders earlier. We love you all so much. We're going to be sending you on somewhere else. Stay tuned to see where. But I think we're all going to head to bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have a good one!
Bye.